let's just.
Good morning and welcome, boys. What are you guys doing over there?
Licking our wounds from the Ravens game on Sunday that we spent together.
Oh my god, so much rumplements, so many car bombs, just not good things to put together in your body.
Yeah, we get to Bull on the Beach, and I'm with my family and with my buddy. He's got all his friends there. It's a really good time, and you know what he does? We're doing rumplements, and he's got a meat and cheese plate with mustard because those things go fucking hand in hand.
That sounds like Dusty.
We were eating raw oysters, drinking rumplements. It was bad. It was just a lot of weird combinations of flavors.
A lot going on.
Yeah,
a lot going on.
That's for sure. It was kind of hard to keep track of the Ravens game at certain points because it was just there was a lot of us. But it was a lot of fun. Shout out to Bull on the Beach for being our home base for Ravens games. We love that place. If you're ever down in Ocean City, go check out the Bull. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And that Raven game was pretty great. It was also really great to see Joe Flacco giving hugs to Harbaugh and Lamar and Humphrey and all the guys he used to play with. All the guys that are still there that he played with on the Ravens. Brooks, what was your watching experience? Was it semi-similar to ours? I would assume it was not.
No. No, I watched it from the comfort of my sofa in the living room, trying to stream it onto my TV until we finally gave in and purchased Sunday ticket. So,
oh, really?
Damn. But yeah, it was it was awesome. Can't complain. I mean, we had the whole family in terms of like Caitlin didn't have to work this weekend, so she was there. Banks was around, wreaking havoc as he always does. So, but yeah, it was good. It was good.
When you buy Sunday ticket now, like, do you buy it through the ESPN app? Do you buy
YouTube TV?
YouTube TV. All right, that's still
yeah. So I have it. I bought it when YouTube TV got the rights to it last year because
ESPN doesn't take over for 2 years, I think.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, I bought it a couple years ago and I have it too. So I wish you would have just texted me. I probably could have just given you the information, but I don't know how they are about sharing that stuff. So whatever. What's done is done. But going back to the game, Lamar looked great. It was nice to see some of the receivers we don't normally see get on the board. Tez Walker, who was like a late round guy last year, people were really excited about out of UNC. Scored twice. Tylan Wallace scored a touchdown in this game. It sucks fantasy wise if you have Zay Flowers or Rashad Bateman or Mark Andrews, but it's okay because this is what the Ravens do. We have so many weapons on offense. It's kind of like Buffalo. Josh Allen's throwing the ball to Mac Hollins and these random dudes you've never even heard of. It just feels like we have so many options on the offense, and Lamar just is unbelievable.
Tylan Wallace has 3 receptions in his career,
and they're all touchdowns. He also housed Parker to win the game last year. Remember that?
Yes.
Well, Tez Walker too.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of only scoring touchdowns, DeAndre Hopkins. I know one of them he was on the goal line. And they called him down for 1 or whatever, but it seems like he's in the end zone every time we throw it to him.
Dude, he catches everything, man. And if he's not catching it, he's kind of like Anquan Bolden, where I have all the faith in the world. If it's a bad pass, he's not going to let the guy on him intercept it. His arms and his catch radius are so big that he's at least he's gonna put a chance, a pretty good fucking effort on it. I just don't see any way of it getting intercepted or anything like that. Maybe tipped, I guess. But I know you guys were out and about. Did you guys see the replay of that catch that they called short? Did you guys think he was in?
I thought he was in when he first caught it, and I remember watching it during the game. Well, while we were watching the game, and I've seen the replay several times since. I thought he was in, but I guess when you do super slow mo, I guess he's short. I don't know, but I thought it was a weird overturned call. Right? Was it ruled a touchdown immediately?
I think at first, yeah, and then they overruled it, if I remember correctly. But I don't know. I was at that point, I was deciding whether I was going to purchase Sunday ticket or not, probably.
I thought you said you like smash a television or something.
But I saw,
man.
I mean, I saw it and I was like, man, how's that not a touchdown? But I also didn't watch 100 different angles of the super slow mo.
Yeah.
But I assume they got it correct, especially with all the chips and everything they have everywhere, and cameras they have everywhere this year. And speaking of, I don't think we've had any of these that I can remember in any of the Ravens games. Have you guys seen the automated first down stuff now?
No. It happened yesterday in the game. I can't remember which one of the Monday Night Football games it happened in. They don't even really show you like the Hawkeye technology, because I really thought it was going to be something that you see like in those tennis matches where they pull it up on the screen and like you can see if it's a first down or not. They just basically spot the ball and then they tell you if the automated system says it's a first down or not.
See, they did the first weekend.
Still have human error involved in this. It depends on where they spot the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they did the first weekend. Like I remember they showed it. But this weekend, I didn't see any of because I like to see it. And they actually put up on the screen last week, like it's 10 inches from the tip of the ball to the first down marker on the Hawkeye technology, which I thought was kind of cool. And I mean, you can make the argument for air and technology and all that shit, but either way, I thought it was kind of cool, but I just didn't see any of it yesterday. I was kind of wondering what you guys thought of it, if you guys had seen any of it.
I haven't seen any of it, no, but I also have not noticed any chain gangs coming out on the field and measuring the ball. So it's been a while since I've seen that. So I guess
you're not going to see it anymore.
Yeah. And that's a good thing, I think. We're in 2025. I don't think we need that anymore. Deciding football games like that.
We're going to look back in 10 years and be like, that's how we were doing it.
Yeah. But how about Roquan Smith? 15 tackles, housed that fumble recovery for a touchdown. It looked like the defense wanted to score touchdowns the whole day, and they just couldn't quite get to the end zone. That block punt, I thought he was going to be gone. When Nate Wiggins took off, I thought he was going to be gone. But when Roquan got that, there was nobody in front of him.
And your buddy had a bet going for a defensive touchdown. That's when we erupted. I think we were about to pick him up and carry him off the field like fucking Rudy.
My buddy Jake is a very animated fella. It comes to the Ravens. And he had defensive touchdown, and we were the whole game, like I just said, it seemed like they was going to hit the bet like 4 times, and he never hit it. And then Roquan took that ball to the house, and I was like, it was nuts. It was a lot of fun.
Roquan looks re-energized, man. And speaking of that, with Ray Lewis being there in his ear, I don't know if you guys saw any of that. Like he was in the tunnel beforehand before they came out. He was up there in Buffalo as well. Is Ray just going to follow the team around this year and kind of get the boys pumped up? Like,
I don't know.
Whatever works.
With the team? Is he part of the team now in some way, shape, or form?
Not that I know of. Maybe he is, but I mean, he was there this week for the 30th anniversary, I'm sure. And then last week was the kickoff, was the first game. So, but I that's like Roquan's, like the guy he looked up to, and I mean, I wouldn't mind him being there because he was literally standing there behind Roquan in the tunnel, like pumping him up, like in his ear. And like saying shit, like getting them going. I'm like, all right, Ray. Like I could get on board with this if you're gonna get the boys.
No shit.
If you're gonna get the boys rolling.
I wonder how many dudes have tried to do like the Ray Lewis shtick, and they just like their teammates are just like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, you know what I mean? But there's something about Ray where he's able to energize guys. He should be a motivational speaker. And he shouldn't commentate on football. He's not good at that.
No, he's really bad.
And it's team to team too. Like if this year's Ravens team is like all right, stop the bullshit. You're not on the team anymore, blah, blah, blah. Then, yeah, obviously don't do it. But if they're taken to it, then fucking go run with it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I know it's every personality and like players' personalities are different. So, but fuck yeah,
something
man.
I wanted to ask you about, Brooks, because you were on this before the game. What was up with Jair Alexander and not being on the injury report, and then he's a scratch late? Did you ever find out what was going on with that? Because I was trying to figure it out.
Something with his knee, I don't know. And then they put him through like an extensive workout beforehand, and then he ended up being a healthy scratch.
Clearly, he's not healthy, but he was not on the injury report. It feels
so they
weird,
don't want
right?
to get in trouble, I'm sure. But
yeah,
but yeah, something. But they also talked about like he didn't play up to his own standards, let alone the team standards, blah blah blah. So I don't know a ton about what's going on there. That I just thought that was a little bit interesting. I don't know, maybe tweaked it in warmups or the last day of practice. I have no idea.
I read the article on Pro Football Talk. Harbaugh said that he'll be back sooner rather than later, but they're waiting until he's actually up to par, like up to his standards of play.
Okay. Well,
I wonder if he's just not.
He hasn't played football in like 3 years.
I don't know. He said Harbaugh said something about being the best version of Jair.
Yeah. Okay. It's really, really weird seeing Chidobe Awuzie in a Ravens jersey. Every time I see the Awuzie guy, like name, I think he's number 3.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, he was on the Bengals, and we were torching that dude forever.
It's pretty good, man. Like he's actually pretty decent, and
for like he's the 3rd or 4th corner, and I think he's good enough to do that. I think he for the Bengals, I think he was like a 1 or 2, and he should not have been, you know. But he's good depth piece. I don't hate him. I just thought it's so jarring seeing him on the Ravens.
Yeah, and back to
when we got Pecco for that one season, I was like, dude, why is he doesn't look right in this jersey?
I know. But back to the Jair stuff, like, yeah, if he's not right, then I mean, and he's not whatever it is, I don't want him out there either. I mean, healthy scratch him until he feels comfortable. Maybe he doesn't feel comfortable in the defense. Maybe his knee is. I mean, when you come back from injury, like knee stuff, you got to, if he's not trusting his knee and he's not playing fast, then I don't want him out there anyway. So get right. We don't need him in September. So, but I think
the Van Noy injury is going to hurt us pretty good.
Yeah, he was getting after it too. That sucks. Is he out for a while, or what's the?
Yeah, it said a couple weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a hammy, so it's going to be a few weeks.
One of those lingering injuries,
and at his age, it's going to take a little bit longer than the 21-year-old guy. Hurt.
Well, look, it might give rookie Mike Green a little bit more opportunity to rush the passer, and I guess Owe is going to be on the other side. Have you seen anything out of Mike Green or Malachi Starks, the 2 defensive guys that we've taken so far? They've been kind of quiet in these first 2 games.
I haven't really seen much.
I think there was a Mike Green pressure in this last game that I remember. He's number 45, right? I think.
It sounds about right.
Yeah. Which I think is weird for an edge rusher to wear 45.
Yeah.
It's kind of, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
I assume
zero.
I know, it's so stupid. I hate that. Can we go back to the numbers for positions, please? I fucking hate this shit. It's so annoying. Brian Burns is number 0, an edge rusher.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Some of the quarterbacks say it makes it more difficult for their job. Now, look, give the defense a little bit of an edge for something, at least, for God's sakes.
It makes it harder.
You used to be able to identify, like, by jersey number, when you're scanning the field. Now, like 15 seconds that you have when you get when you break the huddle and you actually get up to the line.
Yeah.
But now because they don't know that you can't see the back of the damn jersey.
Yeah. So you don't know who is who. You're like, oh shit, is that a safety or a linebacker? I'm not sure. I guess I never even thought about that.
I assume Ajabo is going to be coming off, and they're going to bring him in because I think
this week too, right? Was he hurt? Is he still hurt, or is he?
I don't know if he's hurt or not, but he's had so many healthy scratches that I just don't even know at this point.
Is he in a constant state of hurt?
He's forever hurt.
Pancake Pat was also inactive this week. So was Keaton Mitchell. Those are the 2 bigger names, and then likely still dealing with that injury that kept him out, or that they said was going to keep him out early in the season. I don't know if he's going to be back next week or what we can expect. Also, I think I'm going to be at the game on Monday night.
Nice.
So
nice.
Boy.
I have a bachelor party this weekend in Lake Anna, Virginia. It's a giant lake house, and 2 of my friends are bringing their boats down, and there's like a dock with like a slide into the lake. It's going to be a lot of fun. But the St. Gerard's golf tournament is on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So I come back Sunday from the bachelor party, and the St. Gerard golf tournament's on Monday. So I'm going to stay in Baltimore. And the Ravens just so happen to play a Monday night football game that night. And I just so happen to work at the Green Turtle in West. And my owner has tickets that he's trying to give away
about that?
For free. So I don't know who's going to go with me, who's going to take that second ticket. But if anybody wants to go with me to the Raven game on Monday night, let me know.
Drew is going to be on another level for that. I mean,
I'm coming after post-bachelor party straight to the St. Gerard's tournament, straight to Monday Night Football Ravens. I'm going to be in shambles on Tuesday.
Absolutely.
I might not be on the podcast. I'm going to have to do a podcast for the Bay Bridge.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be rough. That's going to be rough. Monday is going to be a long day, dude.
1 week from today is going to be the worst day of my life.
Good Lord.
What are you guys drinking over there? Are you drinking?
We're drinking a little vodka Sprite.
I didn't intend to, but
there's like 6 natties and a Surfside in the fridge. We got Crown and KG and some E.H. Taylor. Maybe some Grand Mirror.
Well, Grandma did the top C cap.
I was just, I mean, I didn't want to leave you guys alone. So.
Oh, look at that. You know how many silver bullet pitchers we had at Bull on the Beach?
By the way, how was our tab only $580? How the fuck is that possible? We were spraying the infield all over the place with everything.
I remember looking at Ashley, the bartender, and I was like, "What's the damage?" She was like, "For everyone," and I was like, "Yes." And she was like, "It's like almost $600," and I was just like, "Oh, that's not that bad."
That's not that bad. I thought there was going to be a comma. I definitely thought a comma was going to be in there.
There were literally 20 of us drinking very heavily for 4 hours.
What in the world? Is our YouTube not working?
I can't remember if I gave you or I gave
Jay. It was me and Jake split the tab.
And I was just like, here's $100.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was a really fun day. Really fun game. Didn't pay attention to a lot of the other 1 o'clocks because the Ravens were on most of the TVs.
Bro.
The Cowboys game was on, and honestly, that game was unbelievable to watch. There's like something like 30 or 40 points scored in the fourth quarter of that game. So that was a really entertaining one. I can't believe Russell Wilson turned from statue into 470 yards passing. And I mean, he just throws the prettiest deep ball in the world. I can't say a lot of good things about Russell Wilson as a quarterback in 2025, but that dude can throw a fucking pretty deep ball.
Yeah. It was
nice. I mean, and Malik Neighbors is, I mean, unstoppable. If you put him on a team with a quarterback, I don't know. Like, the ceiling of that guy is outrageous. So I guess we can get into that game. The Cowboys end up winning. They do not cover. Good teams win, great teams cover, as we know.
Yes.
Yeah. They do not cover, so they're not a great team. But it's okay because Javonte Williams looks like he's really good. CeeDee Lamb looks like he's really good. We knew that already. They just paid a ton of money to their offensive guard, Tyler Smith, who they drafted out of Tulsa, I believe, a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
$96 million. They're giving that Micah Parsons money away. But Trayvon Diggs didn't play in this game. Deron Bland didn't play in this game, and they were missing another DB, so they missed most of their defensive backs in this game. So it's understandable that Russell Wilson was able to have a huge day passing, but I would be pretty concerned about the defense for the Cowboys if I were a Cowboy fan, because I don't like it. And also, I've seen 2 weeks of Brian Schottenheimer as a head coach, and I'm done. I've had enough. I think he's a clown. I thought his dad was a clown. I don't like anything about it.
He's at least had a better start than Ben Johnson.
Oh my God, dude!
Lord.
Caleb Williams is so bad.
It's not good to watch.
He's so bad. He's a bottom 10 quarterback. I don't care. You're going to come at me if you're a Bears fan. If you're a Bears fan, you're just in constant hell.
I didn't realize that Ben Johnson leaving to go to Chicago, like Detroit was not, like the team was not happy about that. But look, the guy's bettering his career by going to get a head coaching job. There's only 32 of them. But I guess they're pissed that he went in division. It's like, screw you.
Well, he could have had the Redskins job last year, and he said no. He was on the plane, or they were on a plane to go see him, and then he called them off and said, "Nah, don't get on the plane."
Well, yeah, one of our close friends here is a Lions fan, and he said the city of Detroit was pretty pissed when he took the Bears, because I guess the Bears, like Chicago, Detroit in general, just like sports and towns in general, are kind of rivals anyway. Like, I guess it's kind of like it's kind of like us in Pittsburgh, I guess. But for them, it's Chicago. Like Minnesota and Green Bay, not as much. Like, obviously they're rivals, but I guess Chicago is the one that they care about a lot. So,
which is weird because Chicago won in '85 and they haven't done shit otherwise as a franchise.
Yeah, like Brian said, has any team ever just rested on their laurels after one great year?
They're dining out on one Super Bowl. That team's not paid for beers in Chicago since 1985.
Chicago stealing everyone's coaches. Craig Counsell's got stolen by Chicago too. Ridiculous.
True.
Peters.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you one bright spot for the Chicago Bears is that Rome Odunze looks like he's a stud. He's really breaking out this year. He kind of had a disappointing rookie year. He was hurt a little bit. They had Keenan Allen there still. They had DJ Moore there, so they had a lot of guys to throw to over there. So he was a little quiet last year in his rookie year, but he looks really good. But God, that defense is struggling, and their best player, Jalen Johnson, is out indefinitely. That is not good news for the Chicago Bears, and it's not going to get any easier playing in that division because all of those teams are good.
Yeah, it's rough. I kind of like that. Dan Campbell ran up the score against them. Yeah, they had the opportunity to kick the field goal, and he's like, "Nah."
I was playing against Amon-Ra in 3 fantasy leagues, and he went bananas.
Yeah, I picked up.
Yeah, he had 35 fantasy points or something like that. It's just ridiculous.
It was really nice
in my big money league, and he's dead. So we can talk about
that. It was really nice is that I picked up Jared Goff in one of my leagues because Brock Purdy was out, so I had Jared Goff and Amon-Ra on the same team.
Would you have 100 points out of the two of them?
That's like that's a 60 burger, 70 burger between the two of them.
If you would have bet every single player that's fantasy relevant on the Lions to score a touchdown, you would have made so much money. Jahmyr Gibbs scored, David Montgomery scored, Jameson Williams had 2 catches for like 110 yards and a touchdown. Amon-Ra had 3 touchdowns, and I think Laporta scored 2. So I think every single player that's good on the Lions scored.
Fucking hot dog vendor scored a touchdown.
I didn't see this. I just heard about it. Apparently they did one of Ben Johnson's old plays. The Lions did, and did like a huge celebration. I think that's hysterical.
I love it. Apparently, 52 is the most points they scored last year. And they put up 52 yesterday, and they went for it on 4th and goal, like up 30 to score or to get to that 52 number. I think Dan Campbell was like, "Fuck you, Ben Johnson. We're getting to 52 without you." You know what I mean? I think he wanted to make a statement.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
Yeah.
Going back to betting real fast. ROUT put me onto this. There's a guy on whatever app ROUT chooses. I guess like people can communicate through that app. Some guy bet the money line for every game this past weekend and hit all of them.
16?
A $10 bet. He won $32,000.
Oh my God. I bet you he wish he put a 20 ball on that's awesome. Good for that guy. I did not have as much luck. I missed so many parlays by one leg this week, and one of them was because of the Jacksonville effing Jaguars. Sorry, I was going to yell the big F word there, but oh my God. Joe Burrow gets hurt. You're up 7. I mean, can you Jaguar any harder? Like, you have 4th and 5, you're up 3. There's a minute and a half left on the clock, and they have a backup quarterback, and you go for it on 4th and 5, on the 6-yard line, which is notoriously like the hardest 5 yards to get is the last 5 yards. Kick the field goal, make them go down the field and score a fucking touchdown. Like, what are you doing? And also, I don't know what they were thinking in Jacksonville. I don't know how Jake Browning was able to beat this Jacksonville team. I thought Jacksonville
played pretty well,
even though Burrow Yeah, even though Burrow got hurt, which we got to talk about, that's major ramifications for the AFC North specifically. But I was just, oh my God, I was so freaking annoyed. By the way, my all-time quarterback thing, how awesome would it be if Jameis was on this team slinging it to T. Higgins and Jamar Chase? I mean, we need all-time quarterback for the first guy to get hurt. We just need it. Like, trade Jameis to the Bengals. I don't care if the teams don't want to do it. The NFL needs to make an executive decision here. We need to see 30 interceptions. We need to see 30 touchdowns. And we need to see fans for the Bengals. It would be a complete catastrophe.
Yeah, I mean, he would sling it there. He would definitely.
I know, it'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
But Jesus Christ, back to Joe Burrow, man. If they don't get this guy some help, Jesus Christ, man.
You know he's won comeback player of the year twice already. He's gonna go for a 3-peat next year, I think.
That's terrible, man. Like that's depressing. I don't want to see that. Like, I want to see him have a I like watching him play quarterback. I don't like watching him beat us, but the guy's a generational quarterback.
It sucks that he can't stay healthy, man. I'm really like I don't, obviously I'm a Ravens fan, so I'm not happy about this at all. It's just I don't even know where I'm going with this, honestly. It sucks to see this, especially in your own division. Like, this is one of the best players in the NFL, and you don't. I mean, obviously, you don't want the Bengals to win, but
how much more fun would it be watching Lamar versus him? Like, I know they don't play.
Yeah, I totally agree.
They play on the same side of the ball. I get that, but watching them go back and forth. I mean, we saw it last year when I flew into Baltimore and rushed to Pig and Rooster to watch the end of that game, that comeback that they made.
Both of the Bengals games last year were like the two most fun games of the year. They were ridiculous. Yeah. We shouldn't have won either of them. We won them both.
I know.
They have $100,000 car and no wheels.
It's crazy. If you're the GM of the Bengals, you're just wasting this. You're giving all your money to the quarterback and two receivers, and there's no offensive lineman. He was getting destroyed the whole game, and he gets a turf toe injury, which is like it's kind of a freak accident injury, but apparently it sucks. Mm-hmm. Like, well, I mean, people are talking about like, oh, he's out for 3 months with a toe injury. Like Ronnie Lott cut his finger off. It's just like every major athlete, every like NFL lineman that I've ever heard getting turf toe, they've said it's like the worst injury you could possibly get.
It's a ligament in your big toe.
Yeah,
or ligament in your toes.
So it's so anybody who doesn't know, they came out and said it's a grade 3 sprain on his toe, which means he tore his ligament in his toe, like completely tore it. So he had to get surgery. I think he got it already, if I'm not mistaken. And they said it's about a 3-month turnaround.
Scenario.
Yeah.
It's 3 months.
And they're probably already be out of it at that point, most likely.
And I mean, this has ended offensive linemen's careers. I mean, it's like if it's a grade 1 and it's just like a nagging thing, I get it. It doesn't sound like it doesn't sound like a rough injury, but like, I mean, you can't move, you can't like throw the ball, like you got to plant and use your feet as power. You throw through your, like, a lot of people don't know this, but like when you're throwing a football, baseball, anything, like all your power comes like through your feet, like everything comes through the bottom half. It doesn't really, like, obviously arm strength means a lot, but it starts like everything starts and ends with like your feet. Like that's kind of where it comes from. So
unless you're Aaron Rodgers, he's off the ground when he throws the ball.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Got that wrist.
Like, the best arm talent of anybody I've ever seen in my life. So
yeah, he's different.
Yeah, he's different.
But anyway, this major ramifications. Browning actually looked decent.
He's not bad.
I think he can potentially. I don't know how mobile he is because I didn't watch him a ton.
He reminds me of Minshew. He kind of is a gunslinger, and he's not like afraid to throw it. He's definitely gonna have games where he throws like 3 or 4 picks, but he's also gonna have games where he's like Jameis.
Like, why not? Right?
Touchdowns and 3 picks in the same game.
Yeah.
Why not make the most of your opportunity to go out there and fucking?
I mean, look, I totally agree with you. I think if you're a backup quarterback, I think you got to go out there and fucking sling it. I think that's what you got to do.
You can't play scared.
That's 12 weeks is 3 months. 12 weeks. So Burrow is gonna miss.
Keep him in it.
3 quarters of the season. If they're, if he can somehow find a way to make them 500 and Burrow can come back and try to win the last couple games, I mean, they could be competitive. But
honestly, like Burrow could get back before both of our games against them. Realistically, at worst, he'll probably be back for the second one. Well, I shouldn't say at worst, but he'll probably be back. At best, he'll be back for both. He'll probably be back for the last one.
It also kind of depends on where the Bengals are. Like I said, if they go 500, he could come back maybe. But if they're 2-8 or whatever, like or 2-10 after week 12, then they'll probably just push him to next year. What's the point? Don't try to get the guy hurt.
Yeah.
On the other side of the ball, the Jacksonville Jaguars just did everything they could to blow this game against a backup quarterback. I don't get it at all. I was so angry. This game cost me a lot of money, so I had a lot of interest in it. But just
Jacksonville doesn't look that bad. They fucking beat themselves.
Yeah, and Brian Thomas Jr. Don't like what I'm hearing out of Jacksonville fans about Brian Thomas Jr. Apparently, he was alligator arming balls over the middle all day. There's a lot of Jags fans that do not like what he's been doing this year after his unbelievable rookie year. I thought he was going to have like a breakout campaign this year, and it looks like it's not going to happen so far. We'll see. Obviously, there's a lot of football to be played. But I don't know. I just didn't like the vibes out of Jacksonville. I mean, the Liam Cohen stuff, I think he's a great offensive coach, but the way he left Tampa, I think is a little weird. And I think maybe that's going to come back to bite him at some point. I don't know.
Then you had the little weird altercation between him and Trevor Lawrence, where he's talking to Trevor Lawrence, and Trevor Lawrence waves him off and turns his back to him. Now, that could be nothing. So,
Trevor Lawrence, I mean, can you show us something, man? I mean, the last game I saw him play really well in was Clemson versus Alabama in like 2018.
That's not true. That's not true.
I know. But it's just like, dude, it's been 6 years. Do we have to keep waiting? Like, can you fucking show me something already? Yeah. Like, you got Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter. Those are two top 15 picks in the NFL draft as weapons. ETN looks like a stud again. He's totally rejuvenated this year. And their offensive line is decent. I don't know.
That's a game. That's a game they shouldn't blow.
Yeah. Especially up 7 going into the fourth quarter against a backup quarterback against a really bad defense. I mean, I know Trey Hendrickson made some big plays in this game. He actually made the game sealing play at the end with that sack. But I don't know. I don't know. I have a lot of stock in the Jags this year in terms of like the divisional bets and stuff like that, and I'm kind of backing off on it now. Although that division is a complete mess.
Oh yeah, it always is.
Mess. The Titans seem frisky, but they're bad. Cam Ward, I think, is decent. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's bad, but I think the team is bad, and I think the coach is bad, and I don't think he's going to be there any longer than this year. Indy looks like freaking world beaters, and they got bailed the fuck out this weekend by the refs. And if I was a Denver Bronco fan, I would be so irate. They got so fucking screwed by the refs. And we can just go into that game. If you haven't seen it, Indy was driving down the field trying to kick a field goal to take the lead. I think they were, what did they end up winning by 2, right? So they were down 1.
26-28. I think they won by 1.
They were down 2 or down 1. Either way.
They were down 2. They won by 1, yeah.
And they get to the they get across the 50, and the kicker has to kick a 60-yard field goal with 3 seconds on the clock to win the game. The kick is well short. It lands in the end zone to the right.
Bad contact.
They called leveraging on the Denver Broncos defensive lineman who was over the long snapper, and if you look at it, it's just not leveraging. And it was just a complete ghost call. They move him 50, and that's a 15-yard penalty. They move him 15 yards.
How is that a 15-yard penalty? Are you fucking kidding me?
Drilled it, and Denver loses. And Sean Payton was just beside himself.
15 yards for leveraging? Are you kidding me?
It's ridiculous.
That's like, I mean, it's 15 yards if a guy kicks another dude in the face. Yeah. And it's 15 yards if a guy puts his hand on his back and tries to jump a little bit high.
It's also 15 yards if you do this to Patrick.
Yeah, exactly.
That's nuts. God. That's like.
That turned, right?
Oh my! How's like that's? Oh man, that's
I'm not. I'm not worried about Denver. I think their team's going to be decent enough.
no, but that's a
I'm worried.
huge win for Indy.
It's a much bigger win for Indy than it is a loss for Denver,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Daniel Jones looks good. I'm not going to go there yet.
Really good.
It's been 2 weeks. He looks good. Tyler Warren looks like a stud. He looks he looks like the best possession receiver tight end in one of the best ones in the league. I'm not going to put him over Bowers or McBride or Kittle or those guys. He catches the ball unlike Travis Kelce. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll touch that.
But yeah, he looks really good. I think Pittman's looked good, and Jonathan Taylor dominated this game. Jonathan Taylor looked like freaking
Jonathan Taylor 2 years ago. Wisconsin. Jonathan
Taylor. Looked like Wisconsin Jonathan Taylor, where he was just breaking off runs left and right.
The big thing here is we've seen flashes out of Daniel Jones. I mean, Christ, he led him to the playoffs with a shit fucking team around him and no offensive line. Like he finally has a decent offensive line. I'm not going to say this Colts offensive line used to be like the standard, right? They're kind of getting older. They've lost a couple pieces, but they're still they're still one of the better offensive lines in the league.
Yeah.
And Christ, the guy, he's got time now. He's not running for his life. Looks like a brand new human. I mean, we always used to joke hey, bet the over on rush yards for Daniel Jones because he actually is pretty fast and he's pretty mobile, and their offensive line sucks. So he was always running.
Well, running for his life.
Well,
now he doesn't have to.
Remember that run he had for the Giants where he's completely nude?
He tripped over the 10-yard line.
He tripped over himself. He was wobbling.
Yeah, it was against the Eagles. It was so bad. It was so
I felt so bad.
He had wide open spaces out. The Dixie Chicks would say.
Everybody was making fun of him.
10-yard line.
It's just the chicks now, sir. It's racist.
It was like that Buffalo Wild Wings commercial where they put a sprinkler head.
I felt bad because a lot of people were making fun of him because he looks he just looks like an awkward white guy that doesn't have any athleticism. But I was sitting there telling people that were making fun of him, like, dude, the guy is he's fast. He's a good runner. Yeah. He's surprisingly fast. He runs like a 4.5 or something, or 4.6.
He's a super athletic dude for his size, and that's the reason the Giants took him in the top 10 that year, despite the fact that a lot of people didn't love a lot of the other characteristics. The small hands, he fumbles a lot.
Yeah.
He's a football player that went to Duke, so that's already bad news there. But he's looked good so far, and I don't know who Indy's playing this week, but if it's a bad team, if they're playing Tennessee or really anybody in their division, they could get to 3-0. That's a vicious. So
who do that?
The fact that Indy scored on its first 10 offensive possessions to start the season is crazy.
Colts are playing the Titans next week. They're going to be 3-0.
Bank it.
Go into the Rams in LA, and that's going to be a good game because the Rams look good too. We'll get into that game in a little bit.
Also, the Colts haven't punted this year,
which is they have one of the best, if not the best, offensive efficiency ever through the first 2 games or something like that.
Does this say it was Anthony Richardson's fault all along, or is that guy?
No,
is he ever
going
to see the field again? What's going on there?
Well,
I don't think so. I don't think it was Anthony Richardson's fault. He also didn't play very much. He was in there for a few games and then kept getting hurt. And then they were putting in
his career. He's only played 20 football games.
I agree. But also in this same offense, Gardner Minshew made a Pro Bowl. I understand that people had to fall out, but he played well enough to make a Pro Bowl in this offense. Yeah. So it's not like the offensive scheme, that's for sure. But I also heard that apparently Daniel Jones was out at the had some alcoholic beverages. Had some
did he in the Circle City?
Some adult beverages out with the fans, which is, I love that.
Good for him.
I love that. Us as a friend group, I think we can all appreciate that. You're allowed to go out, be relatable. That's all you gotta do. You'll make fans out of anybody.
Brooks, you don't know it, but there's a tropical storm going on outside.
What is occurring?
There's a monsoon going on outside of this house right now.
Really?
Yeah, we closed. The Cabanas was closed today because it's 25-mile-an-hour winds and pouring rain all day here. So yeah, it's been pretty rough. I have the windows wide open so we can see it.
Yeah,
I want to keep that door open, but the wind chime is we get in the way.
I was going to say something to you about it being crazy outside.
It's freaking bananas. We'll go into the Colts' next opponent, the Titans, who kind of hung with the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Did a pretty good job. They were a little frisky, but in the end, the Puka Nacua Devontez Adams combo really looks like it's potent for the Rams.
Yeah, for sure.
Puka, I think, had like 90+ scrimmage yards. Devontez Adams had 100+, and they both had touchdowns. Kyron Williams was quiet in this game, but Blake Corum was really good. If you remember, really Blake Corum, the stud running back for J.J. McCarthy's Michigan Wolverines. They've got some weapons there, and I think their D-line is legit good. Yeah. Braden Fisk and Jared Verse are studs. Yeah. They're really good at developing and drafting defensive linemen, apparently. Obviously, Aaron Donald was there. They've had a number of other guys that were there that had success. I like this Rams team a lot.
It's all dependent on one guy.
And Stafford staying healthy, or what?
Stafford staying healthy. It's such a drop off. Nothing against Jimmy G.
What's wrong with Jimmy G? Dude? Stafford. He went to a Super Bowl. He would have won if he would have hit Manny Sanders.
All you got to do is hit one throw.
Brooks, we're just talking about how the defensive line for the Rams is legit. And we think they're pretty good, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with if Stafford can stay healthy. Like I said, for the Titans, I think Cam Ward is flashing early in the season. I don't think the team is very good around him, but I think he's making some good throw. The touchdown throw he made this week was ridiculous. I think he's going to be a decent quarterback. I said that already. I think their coach is out of there by the end of the year. I don't think he's a very good coach. I don't think the rest of their team, I can't really name anybody on their defense other than Jeffrey Simmons. I don't really believe in the defense or the team in general, but I think Cam Ward could have a bright future out of him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he looks good. He makes really good throws outside the hatches or outside the numbers. Sorry. And the Orlowski, who I actually really like, Dan Orlowski, by the way. And the reason I'm bringing him up,
I like watching his breakdowns.
That's what I'm getting at is he broke down Cam Ward's stuff and was saying, like, these are throws that a veteran should be making, not a rookie quarterback in his second game. Going to his right and turning around and hucking the ball, which is pretty stupid, but then throwing the ball to the outside the numbers on the left. But he said, like, you just don't have that kind of arm strength and that kind of confidence at the age that he is within the NFL. Yeah.
Yeah, say what you want about Dan Orlovsky and his playing career. I mean, the guy knows a whole hell of a lot more about football than 99% of the population out there. And I honestly really like his breakdowns just because he knows way more than I do about football. So he teaches me shit all the time. So, uh-oh. You guys there? We're losing them. We are losing them. But yeah, Dan Orlovsky is definitely one of the guys that I lean on to get some kind of breakdown on. Power's out. Just got a text message from Dustin saying the power's out. Holy hell. All right, let me see if I can make myself bigger. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I haven't watched too much about Cam Ward. I do want to watch some of Orlovsky's breakdowns on him, especially since the guy, I mean, you heard him talking that they've liked what they've seen so far. I just haven't watched any of the Titans really this year. Not really on my high up on my to-do list, to be honest with you. But yeah, since they're talking pretty good about Cam Ward so far, I definitely want to see if I can get a Dan Orlovsky breakdown there. Let me see if I can send them the link to get it on their phone. see here. Yeah, Lara, damn storm. Yeah, apparently it's bad. I mean, I didn't know anything about that. It is 76 and sunny here. Can't complain at all. But we are kind of in a drought, so we could use some of that. All right, let's see here. Is that the right link? Da-da-da-da-da. Share. There we go. All right, let's see if we can get him back on here. I think Dusty's computer, well, I know Dusty's computer is relatively old and needs a new battery since it was my old one. And it shuts off if it's not connected to power. That's how bad the battery is. So that would make sense why they dropped off. But other than that, what were we going into? We had Tennessee coming. We were talking about Tennessee and not really a ton to talk about with them because they suck. What was the next game we were going to? Why is Roger calling me? Hold on. I gotta mute myself. Rogers is calling me. They're like not even getting cell service barely. It's weird. Wonder if a tower went down as well. Anyway, back into this division. But yeah, Indy looks like world beaters right now. I would have never guessed that. I never would have guessed that they would beat Denver. That's for damn sure. Going into New England and Miami. This is rough, man. I don't know what's going to happen with Mike McDaniel. I really don't. Their offense looked a little bit better, but I mean, they just do not look the same. Nothing about them looks the same, and it doesn't seem like the locker room's behind him at all at the moment. So with all the high-powered offense stuff that everybody was talking about with him, and it just not being the case at the moment, I don't see how Mike McDaniel gets through the season. I think we actually said earlier on one of the other podcasts that we thought he was going to be the first one out in terms of coaches this year. It was going to be him, or I think Brian said Brian Dable, which I didn't agree with because I do actually like Brian Dable. And they gave Dallas a run for their money. So, what's the other game that we're missing here? Carolina, Arizona. If you really want to talk about Carolina, Arizona, I don't got nothing. I don't got much for you, but I'll wait on Philly and KC because I know they want to talk about it and see if they can get back in here. Oh, come on, God. Where? Atlanta and Minnesota. JJ McCarthy got hurt in this game, and it looks like he's going to miss a couple weeks here. And their backup is who is their backup? Oh, Carson Wentz. Forgot about that. So Carson Wentz gets a lot of hate. I'm not the biggest Carson Wentz fan either. He just kind of hasn't looked the same since he left Philly. You get spurts of it. He kind of is trying to throw a touchdown on every single play in terms of Jesus Christ. He'll try to, it's almost to a fault when it's just like throw the ball away at times or run out of bounds. Like you don't need to sit there and be a hero on every single play. But he'll be taking over for JJ McCarthy depending on, we'll see how many weeks he's going to be out. But I kind of have, and maybe this is blind faith, and I think a lot of people say this. I've got a ton of faith in Kevin O'Connell to make any quarterback look halfway decent in that offense. I say that, but they only put up 6 points against Atlanta this week. Is Atlanta's defense that good? I don't know. They must be halfway decent here because they gave up 6 to Minnesota, 23 to Tampa. I mean, I don't know. Or no, that was that Minnesota? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, KOC has the innate ability just to make bad or decent quarterbacks look a whole hell of a lot better, but only putting up 6 points against Atlanta is a little bit nerve-wracking. Going into this Tampa-Houston game last night, which was pretty boring, to be honest with you. I think both of the games last night were relatively boring, in my opinion. The Tampa Bay Houston game, Houston is just, I mean, they're just like a walking crutch, and they trade away their best offensive lineman in Laramie Tunsil, and we brought it up a little bit earlier. CJ Stroud, I mean, what do you want the guy to do? I mean, I really like CJ Stroud. I think he's an amazing quarterback. I really do. But when you got this many injuries going on around you and your offensive line is what it is, it's hard, man. I mean, I feel bad for the guy. The last 2 years, he's been trying to hold the thing together with not much help. And then on top of that, Tank Dell is obviously out. I think he's out for the whole year this year. Again, talk about another guy that's just dealt with injury issues, but is a stud when he's playing. Nico Collins, played a lot better last night, I thought. Baker Mayfield playing okay. He doesn't look like the Baker of last year quite yet, but I have no doubt. I mean, he's winning games. He's figuring out a way to win. He'll be fine. I'm not worried about him either. But yeah, they pull that game out there at the end. That whole last drive felt like we were just waiting on the inevitable to happen. We were just waiting on them to score. Really wish it wasn't Rashad White because Bucky Irvin's on my fantasy team. And yeah, of course they give it to Rashad White. Vulturing these touchdowns. And then the Chargers Vegas game, man. Vegas was not fun to watch. And we're going to get into it a little bit more here with Brady being in the booth, which is kind of a conflict of interest in itself as well. But man, that is it the Chargers defense that good or is Vegas that bad? I tend to think that it's a little bit of both because Gino looked pretty good last week. Sorry, I'm getting text messages from them at the same time, trying to get them logged back in here. But yeah, I mean, Gino, he had no time to do anything. Like they were in his face all night. That Henley guy, that's their middle linebacker, number 0, looked fast as shit. Derwin James looks like Derwin James again, looks healthy. Come on. He looks healthy again. They were all over the field. There wasn't a ton. I mean, Jacoby Myers didn't do too much. Brock Bowers didn't do too much. It was a tough watch. And to be honest with you, I was kind of in and out of going to sleep. I was watching for fantasy purposes, but yeah, that was not a fun game to watch. And to be honest with you, I'm not a huge Chip Kelly guy. Just not. Never have been. Doesn't seem like his stuff translates very well into the NFL. Maybe I'm wrong. This is just kind of like a feeling I have without looking at stats. But just not something. And he seemed to rub a lot of players the wrong way when he first came up the first time with the Eagles, when he got his first head coaching gig. So I don't know. That game was not fun to watch, in my opinion. It was fun to watch the Chargers defense flying around. I do love watching the Chargers defense fly around because, I mean, they've had some injury stuff. Khalil Mack got hurt last night. He hurt his shoulder. I don't know if he separated it or tore something or what. I haven't seen any update on that today. That could be a huge blow for them. But I mean, even when he was out, they were all over Geno. Not that it's that crazy of an offensive line to get through. But on the flip side, Max Crosby is still a fucking monster. Right there at the end of the game, he did everything he could to try to give them a chance. I mean, they get the ball back, or the Chargers get the ball back, and Amari Hampton, their rookie running back, who everyone thinks is going to be a stud, first handoff, he breaks through and forces a fumble and gets the ball right back. It's just their offense couldn't do anything. Absolutely couldn't do anything. That man he just plays like a man possessed at all times. Pretty crazy to watch here. I might have to go on mute again here soon. I think they're trying to call me. Yeah, whatever. But We're kind of going into the game of the week. Unless we can get them back in here. I saved this one for last. The game of the week was Philly and KC, I think, in my opinion, or at least leading up to it. And come on, guys. I already sent you a link. Game of the week, I think, was Philly and KC. KC's 0-2 for the first time in the Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes era. And I don't think they look a whole lot different from last year, to be honest with you. It just seemed like last year they figured out ways to win these games, whereas this year they're not. And we brought it up earlier with that. Really, the turning point in that game was down at the goal line when you're throwing the ball to Kelsey and it goes through his hands. A ball that he catches probably 99 out of 100 times. He misses and they get a pick right there, which kind of really forced the ending of that game. And it's just, and a lot of stuff coming out today about the tush push and how everybody, I mean, Mike Green started off the show talking about, like, forget the word he used, but it basically talking about, he renamed the tush push into something, and I can't remember, Mike Greenberg. And it really feels like this is probably not going to be a play that's going to be in the NFL in the future, which sucks. I don't know if it sucks or not, but like I just think it's dumb that we're trying to ban a play. I mean, they're lined up correctly. It's what's different from this? Like, are we going to start banning just QB sneaks now? I just don't understand it. Do I love the tush push? No, it's kind of boring, but it wins games. You got to stop them from getting in those 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 situations or whatever they're in. But it's not something that I think should be banned. Like, if obviously they were false starting last night on a couple of them. And apparently it's really hard to see from the naked eye. But I have a hard time believing that those refs have, after last night, and they're seeing all this on the internet and all this on TV, and they're probably going to get something from the league saying, like, hey, look, this is obviously a false start. They're probably going to start paying a whole lot closer attention to this here in the future. Something to keep an eye out for if there's a false start that starts to get called on these tush pushes. And I don't know if this is something, if that's the way they've always ran it or not, or if this is something that was just happened last night, that all their other offensive linemen were starting early before the ball was snapped. I don't really know, to be honest with you. But if it's something that's been going on, I guarantee you they're going to start paying attention to it now, and it's probably going to get called at some point. But as far as like the play being eliminated from the game, I just don't. I don't agree with getting rid of a play that is a legal play that you just can't stop, and teams are mad about it. As far as I know, there's not a ton of injuries happening on it. I know Jason Kelsey is obviously an Eagles supporter, playing for that team his entire career, went into that meeting this year saying that none of his injuries, or he never sustained injuries, or however he worded this when he stood up and they asked him about it, saying like he wasn't getting hurt on this play. This play isn't the reason why he had any injuries or anything like that, or it's not the reason why he retired and everything. So it's and obviously he's gonna defend it because all of his guys are still there. But I truly believe that he doesn't want to see it leave. I don't really want to see it leave. It's figure out a way to stop it. I mean, we saw Tampa stop it. I mean, not everybody has Vita Vea on their team, but there's got to be a way to stop it. So, or you need to find a way to not get into those situations, one or the other. But it's one of those things where the league is always going to catch up. They're going to figure it out. They always do in one way, shape, or form. But give credit to the Eagles. I actually thought the Eagles were going to beat them a whole lot worse than they did. So credit to the Chiefs defense, which have been incredible for the last couple of years now, for slowing down that offense. Hold on one second. All right, power is back. Power literally turned on while we were trying to figure out their internet. Holy shit. Apparently it is a full-on tropical storm there. To the point where like Brian and his parents can't even get home with the winds on the bridge. So it literally just came back on as I was on the phone with them, the internet. So they should be joining us here in a minute. So I don't want to go too far more in depth into anything without getting their opinions because we'll just be jumping around at that point. But yeah, what's going on with you guys? How's the weather where you're at? Pigtown, Laura. I'm sure my dad's watching. Oh no. Wild. Absolutely wild. Huh. I can't wait to talk about the Ken Rosenthal bullshit that happened over the weekend. He is not my favorite. I don't think he's a lot of people's favorite person in the world. So between him and some Busteroni stuff going on as well, which I know Orioles fans feel some sort of way about him as well. So uh-oh.
He's still alive. Oh, hey. All right.
Hi.
We gotta do a shot. We gotta do a shot to celebrate being back alive.
What a nightmare.
Holy shit.
Apparently, the only place in the entirety of West O that has power right now is the Green Turtle, which is a big problem for me because I'm going to be slammed at work.
Dad, you want to say hi to Brooks?
Hey, bro.
Hey, you can come on camera if you want, Dad.
What's up, Tony Pops?
Hey, what's up?
Sir.
We were about to play Phase 10.
Phase 10 together.
I ran down some of the games, but I was like, man, this just isn't oh no. No. Oh, I hear you. I hear you.
It's not going great.
I can hear you. Uh-oh. As Dustin has a huge Grand Marnier bottle in his hand. I gotta get a screenshot of this. What a horrible turn of events. Oh boy. I'm sure they're gonna try to call me here in a second.
We're back. We're back.
We did it.
All right. Here we go. Dad, you got to get in here.
Yeah, hop in the frame.
Hop in.
So I got a chug of beer.
Shout out Grand Marnier with
my
us.
dad. We're all doing a shot for me. Back up.
Cheers. When was the last time you had Grand Marnier?
I got an awesome picture. It froze with Dusty just holding a Grand Marnier bottle like this. And I got a screenshot of it.
Wait, you took a picture of it?
I just sent it to the group chat. Yeah.
Oh man. I hope to God there is a shot of when the power went out and we're all just like
this picture. Oh, we're having a ball over here, guys.
Man.
Oh man.
This is rainy days in Ocean City. Becomes
Brooks,
you lost our viewership. What happened?
Yeah, why don't you
oh, yours has to load back up. Mine looks fine.
Okay.
It looks fine on my end. Oh crap!
Hard, and it is raining. Actually, not that much right this second, but it's on thunder booms. It's been.
Are you in the eye of the storm?
This is the Gary Williams Summer Lawn Furniture podcast in a nutshell.
Yeah, it's been a complete disaster. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we're getting the back end of a tropical storm right now. I have a beer and a drink, and I just did a shot, and it is 12:26, and I have to work later.
No,
so
at least we're having fun.
We're doing good today.
If you're in the Ocean City area, specifically Westo, check out Green Turtle tonight for a show.
We'll we'll be the ones with the TVs that just say Direct TV on them because we're not gonna be able to watch anything.
It'll just be bouncing around.
And you get the
following the thing across the screen like The Office.
Like The Office, you can see when it hits the corner and everyone celebrates.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about sports. Brian, you watched both of the games last night. Which one did you like better?
The first game was without a doubt the better game. Baker Mayfield is.
They both kind of did suck.
They both did.
The Sunday night game was the worst game I ever saw. It was so bad.
So bad. The Baker the Bucks versus the Bucks versus the Texans.
CJ Stroud.
Baker Mayfield, good for him. I'm just going to say this right away. Good for him. He was dumped by two teams.
3 teams. Well, 2 teams.
2 teams. He chose to leave
the Rams.
He chose to leave the Rams. But good for him. And just our buddy Roach just looked at us and he looks at me and he goes, "Do you think Baker makes this drive and wins the game?"
100%.
I go, yeah.
He's so good in the fourth quarter. It's unbelievable. I think that's the best quality he has is that he's so clutch in the fourth quarter when the game matters. When it's on the line, he makes the throws and they get down the field. And I thought they were going to miss their offensive coordinator, Liam Cohen, who's now the coach of the Jaguars. And honestly, it doesn't look like it. I don't think they've been playing all that great over the course of the past 2 weeks, and they're still 2-0. Mm-hmm. And Emeka Egbuka, I said this last week, he's got 3 touchdowns in 2 games.
He's a stud.
He's a stud. A total stud. McMillan's out and Godwin's out, and it doesn't even matter. Those are 2 guys that would be number 1s on a lot of teams. Like, those are good players. Maybe not McMillan, but Godwin for sure. And he's going to be coming back anytime now. They didn't put him on the IR. He's questionable this week. He could play this week. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
also, the biggest missed opportunity of all time is just Chris Godwin. His real name is Rod. He could be Rod God, but Chris is his middle name. And he goes by it.
you're kidding.
I swear to God. I swear to Rod God. His name is Rod Godwin.
I swear
it's the
that's
sickest name ever.
I swear that tag on your hat that's hanging out of your hat right now. Swear to that,
Is that
guy.
me?
Oh yeah.
Wrong side.
Nice.
We're opposite on camera, so it's weird. Sorry.
But no, that was the better game of the two. At least, I mean, it was an offensive. The first 4 possessions, 2 for each team, were really good, and then after that, it went very stagnant. And then there you go, crack it. And then the next 2.5, 3 quarters were boring as hell, but then the last 5 minutes were entertaining as hell. Once again, Baker Mayfield's a dog. I like them a lot. I like the Bucks a ton.
I think they're good, man.
They got moxie.
They're really good.
And Todd Bowles looks like he eats glass every morning that he wakes up. He looks like he's always chewing on something.
I
just staring. He's like,
till my dying day, I'll contend that Todd Bowles should have never gotten fired from the Jets. It was not his fault at all.
No.
And then they hired Adam Gase to replace him. And how did that work out? Sam Darnold was seeing ghosts for several years. I mean, they ruined the careers of several different players because of that hire.
This is Adam Gates' face during the press conference.
Yeah.
Literally, that photo of him, he's like wide-eyed, like he got like someone stretched his sockets. But either way, and then the second game, it wasn't about
Gino. Everybody goes to Gino's.
No, you got to go to Moe's, man.
Gino was just slinging. He looked like Jameis last night.
He was missing wide open dudes.
Yeah, just slinging it over people's heads.
I'm not kidding. The first play of the game, right before they snap the ball, Orlovsky goes, what he's so well known for is his accuracy, and then boom, interception. Now, I'll say this about the Chargers. Their defense looks scary. Even after losing Khalil Mack, which if you haven't seen the injury,
it looked like he dislocated his elbow. It was bad.
It went his elbow.
Yeah, his arm went the wrong way.
But they have a guy named Davion Hensley, I think it is.
Henley. He's so fast.
He's so good.
Davion Henley?
Yeah.
You watched the game last night and you were like, I gotta remember this guy's name.
Yes.
He's their green dot.
The
yes.
He's their green dot. Yeah, he's their middle linebacker.
I'll put it this way: the interception I told you about with Geno Smith, somebody hit it. Another Chargers defender hit it, and it ricocheted back toward him, and he like snagged it out of midair like this. And then,
I love that.
I mean, now maybe that could have been a lucky catch. You know how you drop a condiment out of the refrigerator, and you just catch it randomly. It could have been that situation, but he looked really good. And Derwin James is without a doubt one of my favorite players in the NFL, period.
He's so good, and he was one of those guys for the first couple of years of his career. He just could not stay on the field. Mm-hmm. But whenever he was on the field, he was just so good. And he's one of those guys that pops off the screen when you watch that defense. And they lost Joey Bosa this year. He was another injury-riddled guy. They have a ton of injury-riddled history in San Diego. Sorry, / Los Angeles.
They probably lost Khalil Mack for the year, just the way that injury looked. And he ran off the field.
He was on the sideline going crazy when they were scoring, though.
I hope I'm wrong.
In a sling.
I hope you're right. I really do.
I don't know. It definitely would suck if he was out for the year for them. But
that receiving court of Lad McConkey.
QJ.
QJ.
How about QJ from TCU? We thought he sucked.
Clifford Franklin. He is Clifford Franklin, dude.
Turns out Brian Thomas is Clifford Franklin. I didn't know that.
I just really, really, really like the Chargers team, but the Bucs and the Chargers looked really good, and the other two teams did not look good. The Houston offensive line looks god awful.
The Raiders offensive line also looks god awful. Ashton Genty looks like he's running through. Literally, he hasn't had a hole this year. There's not been a hole to run through yet. In 2 games, he hasn't had one. It sucks. I do want to shout out Dante Thornton. I believe.
Yeah,
I think that's his name.
Johnny Thornton Jr.
Mount St. Joe Gale.
Mount St. Joe. I didn't know that.
Mount St. Joe Gale.
Yeah.
Good for the Baltimore area to get a guy
very
in
fast
the football game.
Very fast at foot racing.
Yeah.
Did you guys get a chance to see the Snoop Dogg thing? It was like a little video, a little documentary thing they did right before the game. Snoop Dogg started a football league. It's called the SYFL, Snoop Youth Football League. He has
It's like a Pop Warner League.
Yeah, so he had 2 guys in the game yesterday for the Texans.
What?
Oh,
He's
nice.
put 49 guys into the NFL.
Good for him. Fuck yeah. I love hearing that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm. And he actually had, they call him J-Rock. He's a cornerback, 3rd-round pick. He's a rookie, 3rd-round pick out of USC. He plays on the Texans. He actually has him sitting down, the 23-year-old J-Rock, sitting down, looking at a television monitor when he was 12 years old, going, where do you want to be in 10 years? And he goes, well, I want to, and he's a young kid. He's like, I want to be either in the NFL or maybe I'll still be finishing college. He goes, no. Snoop Dogg goes, no, you'll be in the NFL. And you just see like, they're like, whoa, wait a minute. We were having this same conversation a decade ago. And now all of a sudden this kid's legitimately in the NFL.
Snoop Dogg's the man. Snoop Dogg is the man.
It's really cool. And 49 guys in the NFL, and I forget all the names because they did the lineage, almost like a coaching tree, and showed you all. It's ridiculous how many guys he has in the league that he helped out, young kids. So good for Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg's like Levon Hernandez. He's the ageless wonder.
He's the Bartolo Condone of our generation.
Oh, man. Brooks, what other stuff did you go over while we were gone? I don't know what to talk about now because I don't know what you've hit on.
I'm going to watch this one back because I usually try not to watch these anymore, but I'm going to watch this one back to see what you did when we left and how it went down.
I just don't know what I could have done. Like, this is a complete dead spot. I was telling him this is a complete dead spot. If you're not on Wi-Fi, you cannot, from here to Food Lion, basically, you just can't do anything. You can't get on your phone unless you're on Wi-Fi. So, like, it's really frustrating because, like, I'll be driving to the gym, which is literally 2 minutes from me, and, like, my phone won't play the song because it can't load it. It happens a lot. So, like, when we lost power, I was like, dude, we're so fucked. I thought the hot
Dusty goes and lights a candle, lemon bacon cake or whatever.
Lemon butter cake. It smells like a pound cake in here, and it's pretty good.
Dad goes, well, I guess this time I'll have a fucking beer because, I mean, your beer's going to go warm.
He was like, the beer's all going to spoil in the fridge. We might as well drink.
That was way to take one for the team, Tony.
Yeah. And then Dusty goes, and you can have the chicken tiki masala in there. That's going to go bad as well. Dad goes, what the hell am I going to heat it up in?
I said I have fire. I have fire capability. I can make.
Look
fire.
at me. I have made fire. See that?
Castaway.
No, I literally went down the list. I was like, do we really want to talk about Carolina, Arizona? No. Skipped over that.
Arizona is the worst 2-0 team of all time.
I went to Atlanta and Minnesota. JJ McCarthy's going to be out for a couple of weeks, and Carson Wentz is going to be their new quarterback. KOC has a way of making average quarterbacks look decent, so I think they'll be okay. But
be a lateral move, right?
Like, I don't love
JJ McCarthy. Also had a kid on Thursday, so I wasn't really looking for him to be all that great this week because he's a 21-year-old who had a kid on Thursday. It's tough to play in an NFL game on Sunday, I would imagine, after you have a kid on Thursday. Yeah. I would think.
And he's had one. Let's be realistic.
He had one good quarter.
He's had one and maybe 1.5 good quarters.
Yeah.
He looked bad the other night. Bad. That game sucked ass. Oh my god, the game.
Yeah,
sucked.
6 points. 6 points is not. I mean, is Atlanta's defense really that great?
No.
Maybe
they look like world beaters. They had like 6 or 7 sacks in that game, didn't they not?
Yeah, I mean they held Tampa Bay to 23 points. I say held them to 23 points, but I mean, are they good? Maybe they are good. I don't know. Who knows? But
I'll tell you this about the Atlanta Falcons. Younghoe Koo is no longer going to be kicking balls for the Atlanta Falcons because Parker Romo put on a fucking kicking display the other night. It was like 6 for 6. It was ridiculous. Koo missed that 45-yard field goal, and he's a multiple-time Pro Bowl kicker, and he's just gone. Kickers could be like their whole career. They could be the best kicker in the league for 10 years, and then they could have 6 bad weeks and just be off the.
You can change kickers like we change socks. All right.
How about give me the loop though? He's making all of his kicks except for the one that he hit off the post against the Bills. That sucked.
Yeah.
I ended.
Go ahead, Doug. Go ahead.
I ended with the game of the week, which Philly
Cowboys,
and KC.
Yeah, Philly and KC.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest play of the game was the Travis Kelce drop that led to a pick that led to like a 70-yard return out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That was clearly the biggest play of the game. The fact that the guards move, 2 seconds early on the tush push every single time, and they just don't call it.
That's what I was
beside himself on the sideline.
I brought that up. I brought that up. I think that it's got to be a point of emphasis from here on out. They're going to be looking for it. Yeah. I would assume with all the pushback this week. So I'm expecting to see either some false starts called or the Eagles are going to fix it. One or the other. But again, I'm just not in agreement. Like a lot of people came out today and yesterday saying a lot of stuff about the tush push and how they think it needs to be banned. And I'm just not on board with banning a play that is a legal play. You should figure it the fuck out, figure out how to stop it.
Leveraging on defense is a 15-yard penalty, but if you leverage your quarterback forward into the defensive line, then it's perfectly okay, especially if your guards move early.
Brooksy, I'm not going against you. I'm not going for you. I'm just telling you something was brought up in the courtesy of the Dan Patrick show is they were 2 votes shy of banning the play by the NFL.
I think the play is gone next year.
The reason I'm bringing this up is Dean Blandino, the former head of officiating, said, because now he does commentary for Fox or whatever broadcast he's on. He said they went to him like, Dean, what do you think about this? It might be when the guards are moving early. And he goes, I'm done. He goes, I'm giving up on giving any comments on this. You're unable to officiate because you can't see the ball. So you don't know where Jalen Hurts actually is.
Yeah.
And I'm using Jalen Hurts as the example because obviously they're the ones that created it.
So you mean for spotting the ball?
Yeah, for spotting the ball. You can't officiate the actual play. So that is the NFL's. They've been looking for injury data to get rid of this damn thing.
Oh, they want it gone,
and they can't find it. This is their little crack in the armor. All right. And so they're going to fucking pound that home and say, all right, look, we can't actually tell you how to spot the ball. So your team might get screwed, NFL owner. Name that NFL owner that didn't vote for it. Your team's going to get screwed because we don't know how to spot the ball. And if that happens in the playoffs, what are you going to do?
Well, what happened? So are you just going to get rid of all QB sneaks?
No, you're going to get rid of the people that are able to push from behind.
You can't push the runner from behind. That's the rule that they're going to make.
It's the 2 guys behind the quarterback that are the problem.
Dude.
That's the problem. That's why you can't see the ball to spot it. That's not the reason.
Well, because
we have these new chips in the balls. Have you heard of them?
I know.
But those 2 people that push collapse around Jalen Hurts. It sounds so weird. I feel like I'm talking about something from Pornhub, but. But
where's Roger McNuggets when you need it?
I got to see this guy in person, by the way.
I got to see this guy in person. I got to see this Joker.
I think that's going to be the crack in the armor, the chink in the armor that will allow.
But then, so like playing, I know you're playing devil's advocate here. So playing devil's advocate on the other side, like what Dusty said. Now that we have the chips in the ball, this shouldn't be an issue, right? You should know where the ball is.
You should.
It's much smaller than you would think.
It is.
It looks like a nugget.
What's up, Raji?
It's kind of awesome, though.
Roger McNuggets.
It's pretty awesome.
I finally got to touch Mr. McNuggets.
Yeah, but I do agree with you. I do think it's gonna, like you said, it was close this year. It's they're going to bring it back up again this offseason, I'm sure. And it's probably going to, depending on who it pissed off this year, it'll probably be voted out, if not this year, eventually. But I just have a problem with it.
Like, I have two things on this game other than the tush push. If you guys are good to put a cap on the tush push and move on forward, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Two things from this game. The Eagles offense, specifically their passing offense, looks really bad. I don't know what's going on. I know they won the game. It's okay. But A.J. Brown and Devontez Smith have like less than 100 total combined yards through 2 weeks. That's a problem for me. They have a lot of weapons on that offense, and they're not using them. Number two, I don't want to see the Chiefs in any more primetime games. I'm sick of them. They're the most boring team in the fucking league to watch. I don't want to watch them. They suck. Every Chiefs game sucks to watch. I hate it. I don't like watching them. I'm done. I'm done with
I said this earlier. They're basically the same team as last year. It's just they haven't pulled out these 2 wins like they would.
Yeah, like they should have last year been fucking 7-11 or whatever the fuck. I don't even know how many games there are anymore.
I like 7-11s.
Yeah.
Taquitos are cool.
It's just like Patrick Mahomes pulls his game out of his ass at the end of the day. I'm just sick of watching them, and I've seen this narrative in multiple different outlets. So maybe this is not a very original take, but I don't want to watch the Chiefs anymore. I'm sick of watching them. I don't think any of their players are explosive. Patrick Mahomes hasn't been good for 2 years. I'm sick of it. I don't want to watch it.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you. I think they're, like I said, I think the same team as last year. It's just last year's team figured out a way to pull it out when it mattered at the end, or get some help, whatever narrative you want to run with there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's Tyreek's not coming back through the door. Xavier Worthy's hurt. Rasheed Rice is hurt.
Rice is out. Like, yeah. Kelsey
their offensive line. Kelsey's getting older. He's not playing very well right now. Like, their offensive line hasn't been good for a year and a half now since they won their last Super Bowl. Pacheco has no offensive line to run behind. Do I think they're going to be fine? Yeah, of course I do. I picked them to win the division because I'm not going to not take them at this point because they figure out ways to win when we're sitting here watching this team. And we said this all last year. After every single week, we watched, we would talk about this and be like, does that look like a
Super Bowl
8-0 team or whatever it was? At the time, we watch them win another game. We're like, that team just like the eye test is not there. But
if you think about it, that their main pieces from all the Super Bowls have played an additional season in the playoffs. And that takes a toll on your body. I mean, it has to.
Yeah, and Andy Reid's getting older. I don't think the offense is quite as efficient as it used to be. Patrick Mahomes threw for, 50 touchdowns like 3 years ago, and now he looks like he's one of the most average quarterbacks in the league. I mean, I'm not trying to say he is. He's a 3-time Super Bowl champion, right? Or three, right? He's won 3 Super Bowl championships. I can't discount the guy's pedigree at all, but bottom line is the guy hasn't been good for like 2 years. So it's just really frustrating to watch. I don't know if it's Andy Reid. I don't know if it's the fact that they got rid of Tyreek Hill. The fact that Tyquan Thornton is their top receiving option is ridiculous. Like, what is going on?
Rasheed Rice running into cars.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, remember like in between the 2 Patriots dynasty runs, like there was like the 4 or 5 years where they were just like, okay, it feels like they're there. And are they going to get that second run, or is it over?
They'll probably retool.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
They should.
It's a question that goes into the ether because remember, you had the Deion Branch years, and going back to the Patriots, you have the Deion Branch years. I mean, making them look good, and then all of a sudden, they didn't really have much. Randy Moss, Deion Branch, all that stuff. And
Tim Brown was playing corner and receiver. Like, I mean, Troy Brown, not Tim Brown. Tim Brown was a stud.
He's a Hall of Famer
for Raiders, yeah.
But yeah. Right now, the Chiefs are not fun to watch. Are they going to be on national television? Absolutely, they're going to be on national TV because people still want to see Patrick Mahomes. You're going to always.
Swift.
Okay, it's going to move on, but you're going to
They look like Trailer Swift.
Yeah, but they're going to showcase the best quarterbacks, and Patrick Mahomes still moves the needle.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with you there at all. And going back to the Eagles' point, though. The Eagles offense completely looks super stale. Like they put 20 points up on this Chiefs defense, which is not a bad defense by any stretch of the imagination. We know, but it just seems so boring. It seems like AJ Brown and Devontez Smith are just not involved at all. What do you make of that?
I haven't really watched an Eagles game yet. I didn't even like the first game of the year. I was, here and there because so many people talking to us.
Yeah.
So I can't even give you an honest opinion because I really want to.
It's so hard to pay attention to the games while you're bartending.
Correct.
Like you can catch plays, but it's so hard to, when you watch the game, you get a feel for the game, like how this defensive line is dominating this offensive line. You don't get a feel for that while you're bartending because you catch plays every 5 plays or something like that.
You get snapshots.
Exactly.
You're catching snapshots, and you're not getting to actually see like the flow of the game.
Yeah.
That's why I could actually speak very knowledgeably with the last 2 games, the 2 games yesterday on Monday Night Football.
Because you watched all.
I watched every single snap,
and you get a feel for the players. Like Brooks, you watched. I assume you watched most of the Eagles-Chiefs game. What did you think about the Eagles' offense? I mean, Jalen Hurts had 100 yards passing. I know they win. They won both of their games. I understand it, but like at some point when they get later in the year, like they're not going to be able to win games like this consistently all year. Do you think it's the offensive game plan, or do you think it's Jalen Hurts, or do you think it's the line it's not there, or do you think it's just the first couple of weeks and we need to disregard this? What is your opinion on that?
I think it's we got to give the Chiefs the Chiefs defense has been good for 3 years now. We got to give them some credit. Chris Jones is still on that line. He's healthy. Are they playing at their best? Probably not, but I mean, they're playing good enough. And we forget that there's 2 guys missing from the Eagles offensive line as well. One guy's hurt, and Mekhi Becton went wherever he went. I forget where he went.
He went to the Raiders.
No, he went to San Diego.
He went west.
He went to San Diego.
San Diego.
Los Angeles. I did it myself.
So and also like how many times like these teams are never the same in week 2 as they are in week 12, right? It's going to be a completely different team. They're still figuring themselves out. Belichick and so many preseason. Yeah, so many coaches talk about like the first quarter of this, like they break it down into the quarters, the season, like the first 4 games or the first quarter of the season, you're kind of trying to figure out who you are as a team and your identity and everything like that. So that's kind of what I attribute it to. It's a little alarming that, their studs should be putting up more numbers than they are. And defenses tend to dominate this time of the year. Same thing with preseason and all that stuff, because it's see ball, get ball. You talk about it every single year that they have a little bit of an advantage, whereas like offenses are trying to find a flow and get back into the swing of things and feel each other out if there's new players and everything like that. So I'm not going to put a ton of stock into it because you see who they got on the roster, man, and they've done it. They've won the Super Bowl. Yeah, they've been in the Super Bowl 3 of the last 4 years.
Yeah.
So
who's the best team you've seen so far in the first 2 weeks?
The team that's playing the best in the NFL, without a doubt, for me, is the Packers. I don't think they're the best team in the NFL, but if you just ask me through 2 weeks who's the best team, it's definitely Green Bay. I mean, they look complete. They look great on offense. Great on defense. They look great.
So to recall a little bit, do you guys remember who looked amazing last year? The first 2 to 4 games,
the Saints put up world-beating numbers last year. They put up 90 points in the first 2 weeks last year, and then they were like the number 3 overall pick this year.
Their offense was, scoring wise, was incredible. I mean, they were blowing teams out.
Kubiak, man, Kubiak,
let alone
all kinds of buzz. Yeah.
Let alone, those those defenses were like the Panthers and stuff like that. But regardless,
it was the Panthers and the Cowboys.
Whoever it was, it doesn't really matter. That's a lot of points to put up against a JV.
Yeah,
it's a lot of points to put up against a JV team. Like it's regardless, they looked like world beaters the first couple of weeks. And we're like, oh shit, are the Saints good?
Yeah.
And then obviously we saw what happened. We saw what happened. So. Not good. Not good.
Thanks, Tony Pop. Tony Pop's getting a beer.
Dad's getting a beer.
We're gonna keep you updated.
Drinking out of a Rockettes glass.
Yeah, the Rockettes. You know.
Never heard of him? Also, look at that video I sent you of Terrell Hatton.
Does he just rip a fart in the middle of his drive?
No, somebody else does.
No. Does he get mad?
And no, he lost his mind laughing so hard.
Dude, that was wet. That is a wet fart.
That was bad.
That's
dude.
check the doo-doo butter in
Oh
your
my
pants.
god, dude! Check your
Like
shorts
t-
cut apart. That's a bad one.
You told me
Terrell-
pants with a mystery smudge in it. Like,
Oh,
what
no.
the hell?
Terrell Hatton is very much like he would have been pissed during a round, but I love that he just lost his mind laughing during that.
Oh my god, dude! I have to give you guys context here. Those of you watching, and also Brooks, my roommate, got super drunk last night, and he is in shambles upstairs, and we are just screaming directly underneath his bedroom. I think at some point he might make an appearance on this podcast.
Chad,
Just
come-
a complete
come on.
zombie coming out of the woodwork. So if you see a zombie on the screen, that's who it is. It's my roommate Chad. He looks like The Walking Dead.
But hey, look, if through the first to cap this through the first 2 weeks, you really can't get a good read on a ton of teams. I do think the Ravens are still top notch. I think the Bills are top notch. I'm not ever going to sleep on the Chiefs because you got Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, and you don't go against that.
They'll figure out ways to win.
Yeah, they will. They'll end up being there at the end. The Chargers are probably the second best team I've seen. Their defense.
Agree.
Wow. The Chargers, huh?
Yeah.
The second best team you've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Behind the Packers?
Behind the Packers.
Okay.
Mhm.
What is your prediction for those two teams? The two teams that you said were the top two teams in the league as of 2 weeks. What are your predictions for them moving forward?
For the end of the year, like a
do you think
record?
the Packers are world beaters, NFC contenders, or do you think they come back to earth, or same thing with the Chargers?
I think they're world beaters. I think they're going to end up going somewhere. They look complete. They do look complete.
Yeah.
And then the Chargers, they look complete as well. The Khalil Mack thing, I want to see how it plays moving forward for the next 2 weeks before I get any
God,
comment.
dude, if they didn't lose Rashawn Slater, they'd be fucking
I
cooking.
know.
Oh my god.
The fact they lost Rashawn Slater and still look this good is disturbing. They have Joe Alt on the left side.
Did you see UCLA gets a bye week next week. This is the remaining schedule. Pac-12 conference, the official Twitter conference of the Pac-12. That's a
Jesus
shame.
That's a shame. That's a shame. Also, I did like that somebody called, it might have been Orlowski. He goes, "Oh, look, it's Chip Kelly, it's Jim Harbaugh, and it's Pete Carroll." He goes, "Is this the Pac-12 at night?"
Dude,
After dark, yeah.
Pac-12 after
Dude.
dark. They said this is the three of the best coaches in the Pac-12, like for a 4-year period.
Yeah.
when is Chip Kelly going to stop getting hired in the NFL? Every single time he comes back.
I'm so sick of that guy. I'm so done
Every
with that guy.
like stay in college, man. Stay like your stuff plays in college. And I brought this up like another one of the things I brought up while you guys were gone is Chip Kelly stuff plays in college. Obviously at the high, like one of the best in college, does not play in the NFL for whatever reason. I didn't love it when he took over the Eagles the first time, and a lot of players voiced their opinion that they hated everything that went on there as well.
Yeah, because he immediately traded LaShawn McCoy for like Kiko Alonso, who was like a middling linebacker. And LaShawn McCoy is like one of the one of the best running backs in the franchise history of the Eagles.
And he's from there.
Huh?
He's from there.
I didn't
He
know
went
that.
to Pitt, right? LaShawn McCoy?
Well,
Yeah.
he's from Philly.
He's a PA guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went.
Speaking of a guy that played for multiple teams at the end of his career, he played for the Chiefs and the Bucks.
Yeah.
Shady McCoy. He's a good immaculate grid guy. Yeah.
And the Bills.
Any other games you want to touch on? Do you want to touch on who? Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
We don't really need to talk about Mac Jones. They played the
Not
Saints.
really.
I think the Saints are bad. That was a Spencer Rattline, like I said.
Rat line.
Spencer Rattline. I don't know what the final ended up being. Did they cover? I think they did. Actually.
Yeah, what was our can you
Maybe. 26.
How did we do in our picks?
Don't know. I will have that information for you on Thursday. The only other game we didn't talk about, by the way, is the Slingin' Sammy Darnolds versus the Aaron Rodgerses. Caleb Johnson forgot about the kickoff rules.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
He has returned 5 kicks in his career from college to NFL. He's a rookie. And he just let the ball go straight past him, and the Seahawks recovered it in the end zone for a touchdown, and then ruined the game. Completely blew up the game. It was a good game, and then it wasn't.
Well, not only that, but apparently Calvin Austin fucked up the game too.
Oh, did he? I didn't see this. Calvin Austin the third?
Yeah. I apparently like that tip ball or like that one of the interceptions he threw, like he just ran the wrong route or something.
Oh, Rodgers. I saw the highlights. Rodgers was like livid. He was screaming at the receiver.
Yeah,
on one of the
and his
picks he threw.
teammates, some of the Steelers came out and said stuff in interviews too.
He
like
just ran the wrong route.
Completely fucked up. Yeah, like it was they basically said it was on Austin. But I tried to get our resident Steelers fan on today to talk on it because he was at the game. But he's Chuck. He's swamped in meetings all day, but he gave me his take pretty quickly. He said basically their defense fucking sucks, and the Ravens are gonna gonna run up the score 50 points on them. Their line is getting dominated on both sides of the ball. Watching him in person on Sunday was embarrassing.
Jesus.
So yeah.
A lot of good stuff coming out of Pittsburgh. That's what we're
very angry Steelers fans right now.
Oh man. Chuck, by the way, Charles Haley, 5-time Super Bowl champion.
The third. Charles Haley the third.
Charles Haley the third. Junior the third.
You need to specify.
What are your Todd Haley thoughts?
He can.
Man likes to party.
He loves fishtails and he likes drinking. I know that for sure.
He also loves Key West. I've seen him in Key West.
Have you really?
Yeah, loves Key West.
The Steelers have the hardest 3-game schedule I've seen in a very long time. They go Bills, Ravens, Bills. I'm sorry.
They can't play Bills twice.
They go Ravens, Bills, Ravens. Yeah. That is a
do they actually?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
3 weeks in a row.
Wait, when is that? Is that like 2 weeks? Starting in the middle of the season?
It's like the third quarter of the year. So like week 10.
Brooks, what's your namesake going on this week? What's going on there?
Because you're making me hungry.
Andy Nelson passed away this week. If you guys don't know who that is,
days ago. Yeah.
If you don't know who that is, he's one of the old legendary Baltimore Colts who won 2 championships with them. Also is very well known for in the Hunt Valley, Timonium-ish area for his barbecue. Andy Nelson's
so good.
Barbecue up there, so freaking good. So good. But yeah, apparently he passed away this week at age 82, I think I saw 89. Yeah. But yeah, that's who my namesake is for this week. And yeah, that's good. I mean, good fucking life, man. 2 championships with the Baltimore Colts, a establishment that is always going to be known for some of the best barbecue in the state.
It's going to live on well past his lifespan because that barbecue is no joke.
So good.
I mean, as far as the Baltimore area goes, you're not going to get much better barbecue than Andy.
It's like them and Chaps is like
and the sides. That's what makes a barbecue place. I've always said is the sides.
The sides are awesome.
92.
The mac and cheese have to be good. The collards have to be good.
92. Sorry,
they're all good.
92. That's even a better look.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody said anything about Robert Redford, by the way.
Yeah,
the natural. Redford. Roy Hobbs, R.I.P.
And many others.
Born in the 30s, by the way. Can't believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. And Laura, by the way, we found out why we didn't have any power. So apologies there.
No, we didn't have the internet then. We weren't allowed to do that.
Yeah. No carrier pigeon showed up with the Robert Redford news. But
I need to go get another beer.
It was actually a carrier hawk.
Might be a vulture.
Yeah. It was a murder of crows.
Jesus. Yeah, Robert Redford. What other? I want to look up all of Robert
Jeremiah
Redford.
Johnson. He's in one of my favorite movies, and my mom and I used to always love watching his Sneakers. But obviously, Sneakers.
Was it referencing the shoe or like a
spelled,
sneaky human?
It's spelled like the shoe, but it's about people who are trained to break into things for hire.
Okay.
Roy
he's Roy Hobbs to us. That's what he is to me. At least. I think he's been
here's one
like the best movies ever. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Ever heard of it?
One of my
Out of Africa, Sneakers, Truth, The Old Man and the Gun, Captain America.
One of my favorite movies, The Legend of Bagger Vance.
Oh God, that movie's bad.
That movie's good.
That movie should have been good, but it wasn't.
He's in The Legend of Bagger Vance?
Yeah. He's not Ben Hogan, but he's like one of the guys at the beginning. He's not in that movie a lot.
Okay.
I don't think.
He's not Bobby Jones.
Are you sure? I think he's Bobby Jones, isn't he?
No. Then Bobby Jones looks a hell of a not like Robert Redford.
He's also in the movie The Quiz Show, which is a great movie. Anyway, that's a really big loss for the American culture in general.
He's also in a great movie called The Castle.
The Wonder Boy. I have the Wonder Boy upstairs, actually. I should go get it.
Yeah.
It's too far away. It's way too far away.
Laura, yes, thank you so much. You said Sneakers is great. It's about computer hackers. It really is about. It's about it's a good movie. You'll like it, and it's got.
Laura, have you ever seen the movie Swordfish, starring John Travolta? Have you ever seen that movie?
Yes, I have. Simply because of Halle Berry.
Would you like a Grand Mariner Tony Pops? Yeah, why not? Let's go.
Well, I'm going to get another beer.
Yeah, go for it. Dusty's getting my dad drunk right now. This is what happens when some of us get together.
You should see the way he parked the car outside. You'd think he was drunk when he showed up.
Yeah. Parked it. He backed into a non-backhand spot. It's caddy corner.
Hey, you didn't stay within the lines. This podcast has been outrageously bad. I'm sorry about that to our listeners.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
But honestly, I think the shit show honestly works better than when we're firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
What do we have coming up this week? We've got Ravens Lions on Monday night.
Ravens Lions Monday night.
Have you seen the line?
5.5.
You've seen the line.
5.5. Yeah.
Do you think it's an appropriate line?
I think it's an inappropriate line. I would take the Lions in this game.
Oh, okay. And why are those reasons? What are the reasons?
I just think the Ravens still win, but I think they win by 3. I think both teams are evenly matched on offense. I think they're both evenly matched in terms of personalities, and they're evenly matched in terms of coaches. So I will take the Lions to cover, but I want the Ravens. The Ravens will win.
Looking forward to the next week's matchups. Dallas Cowboys at Chicago Bears. Who would you rather be a fan of?
The meteor that strikes the stadium.
Do you have an answer?
Or Bane? Actually,
it's the Cowboys.
Hopefully Bane.
Got to be the Cowboys.
Hopefully Bane.
The Bears are fucking bad.
And blow up the stadium. No, I'll take I'd rather be a fan of the Cowboys.
The Bears suck.
They're not good.
I'm sorry, Bears. I know you guys had high hopes this year. You're bad. You're really bad. You guys suck ass. Arizona Cardinals versus the Fighting Mac Joneses. I don't know if any team has ever had an easier slate of first 3 games than the Arizona Cardinals have had this year. They might be the worst 3-0 team in the history of football. Kansas City Chiefs versus the New York Giants. I would bet every piece of my being that Russell Wilson will turn back into a statue in the pocket. That's the Sunday night game, by the way. God, that sucks. 2 straight Sunday nights that are just going to suck so bad. Houston Texans versus Jaguars. This is the Jaguars are minus a .5 point. And this is a classic. Vegas has literally no fucking clue what either of these teams are. Like, they just no. It's just to pick them, call it a day. Steelers Patriots is going to be the most boring game in the history of ever. Caleb Johnson's probably going to throw a fucking ball into the end zone, to the wrong end
Caleb
zone.
who?
Caleb
Caleb
Johnson.
who?
Caleb Johnson. Commanders Raiders. The Jason Campbell Bowl.
It's Caleb Williams.
Caleb Johnson is the Pittsburgh Steelers running back.
Oh.
Raiders Commanders is the Jason Campbell Bowl. I believe. I think Jason Campbell played for both of those teams.
Most likely.
Who is commenting on the Gary Williams stole my lawn furniture? Is that you?
All day.
I was like, where is that coming from?
Otherwise, Brooks, Alberto Suarez, Albert
Suarez.
He's getting some elbow looking. What's going on there?
Don't know. He's getting an MRI on his elbow. He's on the 15-day disabled list.
Gotcha.
So I haven't seen anything else come out.
No?
What?
Is Kyle Bradish good or no?
He's back. He's back. It's got his first win. Got his first win. I mean, there's not a ton to talk about with the Orioles. Really, we're saying the same thing over and over about them. Let's just finish the year strong on a positive note. Hopefully, what?
Do you think we're limping to the line, or we're just
no? Somewhat. I mean, like Bradish and Wells, you want to see them finish strong.
Mm-hmm.
Adley's probably not going to be back. Let's maybe O'Neal can hit a couple bombs here before the end of the year. Mayo hopefully plays well towards the end. Westberg's on a rehab assignment. Hopefully Suarez isn't anything serious, but who knows, right? I didn't see. Yeah, you
about
can say
the
something.
AL East, the Blue Jays, Bo Bichette, George Springer, Vlad Guerrero, all three top 6 in batting average this year. I think
Apparently it matters.
This is unbelievably this is great. This is the best Blue Jays year we've had since Jose Bautista hit the home run against
Ubaldo Jimenez.
No, that was Edwin Encarnacion. Jose Bautista hit it against somebody else. Either way, this is the best Blue Jays year we've had in a really long time. They've got 3 dudes in the top 6 of batting average in the American League. Sorry, in the major leagues. Between Bo Bichette, George Springer, and Vlad Guerrero. By the way, George Springer, what a career resurgent year, hitting .302 with 29 dongs in his age 33 twilight season. Really, really awesome for him. He's made a huge turnaround for them. Aaron Judge is still leading the league in batting average, but I also wanted to talk about this dude, Kurtz Kamenick. I can't really say that name in order because
it sounds like an Oakland A. Who?
He's an Oakland A.
Is he really?
He is an Oakland A. He's got 30 plus homers as a rookie, and he hit a ball so far the other night that I don't think it ever landed. Oh, I don't know if you saw this. He hit it over the center field batter's eye, and they were saying "Stay fair, stay fair." It was dead center.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Dude, this kid is sick. He's got 31 dongs as a 22-year-old rookie, and he is so good. I just wanted to shout him out on the podcast.
482 feet, I think, or 462 feet.
Lawrence Butler, his teammate, who's also a really good player as a center fielder, was on the iPad showing it to him, and he was just like, "Do you see how fucking far this ball you?" I don't know if I've ever seen a pimp job better than that. That was not Brett Boone. Brett Boone was the king of pimp jobs, by the way. Brooks is a big proponent of Brett Boone pimp jobs. Do you agree?
One of the best bat flips of all times.
He would go like this with the bat.
He almost threw the bat at the pitcher. It was awesome.
Yeah.
He did the recoil.
Yeah.
And then he flipped it.
That's cool.
There was a Brett Boone season, by the way, that was pretty
50?
unheard of good.
Yeah. How many?
I think it's the best second baseman offensive season that's
did he have
ever
more
happened.
syringes or home runs?
Come on.
Yeah, I ain't lying.
Not sure. Not sure.
He's no problem. That's for sure.
But while we're on baseball, why don't we bring up that
That
really
big dumper dude?
That really tall
the largest
guy.
of the dumpers?
Well, you can bring him up. I was going to bring up the really tall reporter, baseball writer.
Oh, really tall reporter, Ken Rosenthal.
Mhm.
Turns out Ken Rosenthal is the biggest piece of shit on the planet Earth.
I don't know about that.
I mean, that's well known.
He's
very well known.
Maybe in baseball, but
he's not a very good guy. I don't think.
I don't know, Peter.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the video, Ken Rosenthal. Jesus, I've had too many beers. He has taken baseball Twitter by storm for his actions the other night. There was was it a Brewers game? Is that what it was?
Mhm.
That he was covering, where they poured the Gatorade cooler onto the coach's head or whoever the player was. And Ken Rosenthal was interviewing the player / coach at that time. And he basically jumped backwards and knocked over a cameraman. And then he just looked backwards at the cameraman with like this look of disgust. Like, I'm so much better than you.
And then he does this. Does this with his hand and then shakes his head walking away from him.
Yeah. He
doesn't even offer to help him. Like,
he looked like he would be really fun to hang out with at parties. Yeah, he just seems like the kind of guy that fucking sucks so much to hang out with.
This has been a well-known thing for a long time where people kind of know like him. There's a couple guys, but like he's one of those guys, and this kind of just solidified it. And he came out with a half-hearted apology yesterday, where he's obviously reading from a prompt and gets the guy's name wrong, the camera guy's name wrong in one instance, and it's man, do I not like that guy. And if you guys don't remember, do you remember last year, Dusty, during the playoffs when he tried to? It might even not even have been the playoffs. It was before the playoffs when he was trying to. He basically took a bunch of shit from the pod when Manny Machado threw the ball into the dugout against the Dodgers.
Yeah,
and took a bunch of their stuff out of context, and then the Padres decided he tried to go over to their dugout to do in-game interviews the next day, and they're like, "No, we're not. We're going to let you. We're not interviewing with you." Basically,
I remember something about this a little bit.
Basically, told him to fuck off, get out of our dugout. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's just the most recent incident before this that people know of that was in the public eye. But I mean, it's been a pretty well known thing that Ken Rosenthal is not very well liked or around.
Yeah, just we'll link the video. Just watch the video. The guy sucks. He's a baseball insider. It's whatever. It's not that big of a story, but it's just
not. But it's just like confirming what everybody kind of already knew. Yeah. And it was a really bad look, and then the apology was also really bad as well. When he went on foul territory with AJ Pierzynski.
I'm going to focus on while we're on baseball. I want to focus on positive. Cal Raleigh, awesome. Yeah, most home runs by a switch hitter.
Largest dumper ever.
Yeah, I mean that's awesome, especially coming from a catcher. I know Mickey Mantle played multiple positions, mainly center field, but I mean a catcher doing what he's doing is insane.
Incredible.
I mean, he definitely will. If he hasn't passed him already in the past 2 days, he definitely will pass him at some point in the next 12 games.
I think he's tied. Yeah.
Fun stat. Kyle Schwarber and Cal Raleigh both have 50 homers this year. I think they're the two, based on qualified hitters, they are the two least or worst batting averages of all time for 50 home run plus hitters in a season.
Really?
By the way,
what's surprising with Schwarber?
What?
It wouldn't surprise me with Schwarber.
Yeah, you would think Adam Dunn or Jim Tomei would have done this, but Jim Tomei was a great hitter. I mean, I'm not trying to throw shade on anybody, but do you think this is just the overall trend of baseball? Is that why this is happening, or do you think that's I
think it's trend of baseball.
Yeah, I don't think there's really any other answer, right?
I think it's the trend of baseball now.
Yeah, it's swing hard in case you hit it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they're throwing harder than ever, so the ball is going to get even more trajectory,
and it's harder to
velo.
Yeah, there's more movement and there's more velo than there ever has been. So it is tougher.
I don't have a
but
good
I mean,
answer.
look, if you're an old school baseball fan like some of us are, I mean, look, it sucks. I mean, you're probably going to give the MVP to a guy hitting 240 this year. It's probably going to happen.
Maybe.
I'm just saying it might not happen, but it probably will happen. And if you're an old school baseball fan, that's going to like make you want to fucking jump off a bridge. But I don't. I mean, can you argue? He's dragging his teams to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've been historically bad at the end of the season, and they've been just as bad this year. He's the only reason they're winning games. I mean,
no. I mean, their starting rotation's semi-decent, man.
Their starting rotation's good. You're right.
It's actually underperforming what they projected it to do. So if they get hot, their starting rotation gets hot, they're the team that actually could probably win the AL. God, I hate to say that because Sean Barletta's probably watching this.
30 pops.
But I mean, you bring that up. Who's calling those games?
Good point.
Glenn Allen Hill.
Wow.
Dan Wilson is the manager.
Yeah, Dan Wilson being the manager. I like the Mariners a lot. I think they're the right team for this year. It makes a lot of sense. But damn, for some reason, I still like the Phillies, and I really like the Padres.
What do you like about the Phillies? Wheeler's gone, and he's out for the year. And Alvarado can't pitch in the postseason.
Mays is there.
Trey Turner's out until the Mays is there. I get it. Get over it, dude.
Twice. Just in the background, Mays is there.
Trey Turner's out until the playoffs, and he's questionable even when they get to the playoffs. Yeah. They have a lot of injuries in the Phillies organization. I love their starting rotation, but without Wheeler, it's not as good. I mean, clearly, he's a multiple-time like top 5 Cy Young award finisher, but I don't know. I mean, Glenn Allen Hill.
One of my favorite Glenn Allen Hill stories is.
What do you mean one of your favorite? How many Glenn Allen Hill stories?
The only one I have. All right. Glenn Allen Hill. So we always talk about like the craziest injuries in sports. So Marty Cordova, when he played for the Orioles, he had to go in the.
This is a name drop segment.
He had to go. He had to go on the DL because he fell asleep in a tanning bed, so he was burnt. So he had to go on the 15-day. That's when they called it the
that's
DL.
That's a real thing that happened in the real world.
Glenn Allen Hill. All right.
Sidney Poncione was punching people on jet skis by then.
At least he was awake, and so Glenn Allen Hill. He has a fear. He has arachnophobia. He has a terrible fear of spiders. Okay. So apparently he was sleeping one night and he had a dream about spiders and got up and just started sprinting through his home and ran through a glass table and broke his shins. That's a real story.
That's a made-up story for something else happened, and he doesn't want to let anybody know about it.
Fair enough. Nunchucked.
That outfield was Glenn Allen Hill, Ken Griffey Jr., and Jay Buhner. Really good outfield. 2 out of 3 of them were really good. I don't know if Glenn Allen was very good.
Going off the Ken Rosenthal thing and just making a little bit of a fool out of yourself is Brian Kelly. Head coach of LSU.
When is he?
I mean, this guy is the biggest clown on the planet.
Just going off.
I didn't see this though. I did not see this though.
Brian Kelly.
You did or didn't?
I didn't.
So they won the game 20-10 over I think they were playing Florida. And one of the first questions he receives when he goes into the press conference, and look, obviously everything's emotional. Is why didn't the offense do this or that? And he just goes like, look, he's not wrong, but he's not anywhere remotely close to right. He just starts going off on the reporter saying like, that's the first question you have. We won the game 20-10 in the SEC. And it's the way he's talking down to this person. They don't deserve that. No, they just don't. Is the question worded? Well, probably not. But do you need to go off like that? You don't. You're a better person than that. So he made a little bit of a fool out of himself. And then when he came back for his Tuesday press conference or whatever the heck it was, or it is Tuesday. Yesterday's press conference. Randy's right. It was actually a valid question. He apologized yesterday to that reporter directly, at least in public, which is good. But he came off like an absolute moron, and just how his demeanor and how bombastic he was talking to that person. Yeah, bombastic.
Did you have any thoughts about the college football weekend as a whole? Did you think Nussmeier looked good against
Not really.
I didn't think Nussmeier looked great. I think Lenore Sellers leaving early, that was a big loss. Vandy kicked the shit out of South Carolina.
Vandy and Clemson should be ashamed of themselves.
That was a fucking rat line too. Dude, I swear to God, when my coworker Casey looked at me, she was like, South Carolina Vandy, that's a good game. And I was just like, what's the line, like 17? And she was like, it's 3. And I was just like, take Vandy. I was like, literally put all the money you have on Vandy, because I literally thought that South Carolina was going to be 17-point favorites and they were 3-point favorites. And you know what that tells me? Vegas fucking knows something. Yep. They won 31-7, I think. Vandy did. And Lenore Sellers left with an injury, which that sucks because he's supposed to be a top guy and he's supposed to be one of the top prospects. And we don't like ever seeing that. But I just, that felt like a rat line to me. And it felt like they knew something was going on. And Indy could still make the playoffs. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I mean, if they win out, but they have to win out. If they lose another game, it's over for me. And I think they should have won that game. I really do. I think Texas A&M got some non-holding calls at the end of the game where the offensive linemen were literally tackling Notre Dame guys at the end of the game. But I honestly, I think Notre Dame's been unbelievably competitive in the first 2 games of the season. Their schedule is tough, obviously, but they're playing two of the best teams in college football in the first 2 weeks, and they lost to both of them, but they were right in both of those games.
Both games.
I totally think that they have a roadmap to the playoffs, but if they lose one more game, they might be cooked.
They're cooked.
I'm not sure. We'll see. I mean, look, if they lose one more game, let's say they go 8-1 for the rest of the year. I don't know. We'll have to reconvene at the end. But there's so many teams in the college football playoff now that who knows.
And I mean, look, we said this last year when we first time we actually had to have this podcast going during the college football playoff. Remember, the college football playoff is an entertainment show. It is not actually. They're going to want to put the best teams in where they get the most eyeballs.
Jordan Travis,
so they can
remember the Florida State shit that happened a couple of years ago.
So they can sell the most commercials and all that shit. So I really think ND 3 strikes and you're out. I agree with Randy on this one here, what he's saying, but 8-1. If they go 8-3. And they don't have – see, the thing is they don't have a conference championship game to actually get them an automatic bid.
They're ACC football, are they not?
No, they're not.
They're ACC basketball. They're not on football. Okay.
They don't have that conference championship game for the automatic bid. That's why Clemson, I think, has a better chance, believe it or not.
Dude, give me a fucking break on Clemson. That team sucks ass. Dabo Swinney needs to get fired yesterday. I'm so sick of fucking watching Clemson football on primetime television. They haven't been good since Trevor Lawrence was there. Trevor Lawrence hasn't been good since he was there. Nobody's been good out of Clemson since Trevor Lawrence played football at Clemson. I'm so out on Clemson. I could not be more out. I'm out.
Okay. You can't spell Dad Bob without Dabo.
I don't care. I don't like Dabo. I don't think he's a good coach. I don't think he uses the transfer portal well.
He doesn't use it.
He doesn't use it at all. He doesn't.
So yeah, he doesn't use it well.
DJ Uiagalelei took his fucking nards and threw him down on the Clemson.
His nards. Who says nards?
I do.
Apparently, and. Also, the kid from UCLA looks like the biggest twat in
the kid from UCLA needs to get fucking burned at the stake, dude. That guy sucks. That team is ass.
Tennessee should have won that game against Georgia.
Oh,
and the reason I bring that
Tennessee controlled the whole game. I watched the whole game.
The reason I bring that up is because Tennessee and UCLA switched quarterbacks.
I had Tennessee money line. I was so mad, dude. You have no idea. They were winning the whole game. 58 minutes of that game was dominated by Tennessee, and they lost. It was, oh, man, if you watch that game, Kirby Smart pulled one out of his ass. Yeah. I also bet on USF.
I went well for you, didn't it?
No Turns out Carson Beck, pretty good at Miami. Not good. Not good at Georgia. Pretty good at Miami. Is he going to be the first quarterback? Actually, I don't know if this happened.
Merrick, you can. No.
That'll never happen. That'll never happen.
It's not happening.
While we got Dusty all fired up,
I will tell you this: the Terps are 3-0.
and they're going to be 3
and they
8.
kicked the shit out of Towson this week, dude. They're a world beater. Malik, he's our boy.
Malik Spalding of Washington.
Paying
While we
50
got
cents for no Coke, well then you ain't getting no Coke.
while we got you all fired up, Dusty, I need your thoughts on Buster Olney before I get into what happened over the last
Just as
week.
a general Buster only thoughts, or I don't know
Yep,
what happened
Yep.
this week.
Yep.
Big, giant, massive piece of dog turd piece of shit. Hate him. 2 thumbs down. Couldn't give him a more glaring negative review. I hate that motherfucker. I hope he dies in a fire. I hope he falls in a well and nobody ever finds him.
I'm sure he's not that bad of a
And he screams up in the well, and he's just like, "Please come save me!" And nobody ever fucking saves him. Fuck that guy.
He's an asshole.
That's my review on Buster.
He is him and Ken Rosenthal are kind of on the same level for me. So he basically came out. There was a news report from him. Basically, did an interview with Chapman, and Chapman said like the reason why he's had this resurgence and he's not walking a ton of people and all this different stuff and his K rate's up, because he used to never try to spot up his pitches. He just threw it towards home plate, try to throw it down the middle, throw a strike. And he ran with that story. And John Boy basically came out and said, there's no fucking way this guy's been playing 17 years in the league and he's just now thinking like maybe I should start spotting up my maybe I should start spotting up my fastball now.
He's never had that thought once in his life.
He's never had a coach say, "Hey, maybe you should throw." Yeah.
So Buster Olney gets his butt hurt and gets his ego hurt because John Boy came out and said that, and it basically went on this tirade and has been bad mouthing John Boy to every person that comes on his podcast over the past 10 days. Till it got to the point where it was day 11 yesterday, and he was every single day on Twitter. Buster Olney would go today, like basically. So yesterday it was like, today is day 11 of me calling out John Boy for his BS because he thinks John Boy is calling his reporting BS because he said in an interview like, "Hey, like I think Chapman might have been playing a prank on you," and Buster Olney took that to heart, thinking like, "Oh, he doesn't think that I know when somebody's trying to mess with me and I can't decipher anything like that." He was like, "No." He was like, I didn't mean it to be like an asshole. He was like, "I'm just saying nobody spends 17 years in the league and then their 17th year they decide like, oh, nobody gets to the league and is like, oh, I'm not trying to spot my fastball. I'm just throwing it over that's not how you don't last that long in the majors doing that." So he basically started calling him out every single day on Twitter. Today is day, like yesterday, he said, "Today is day 11 of me calling out John Boy for his BS reporting and all this different stuff on Twitter." And John Boy came out with a whole thing last night, and he did it in the most respectful, well put together little clip that I've ever seen in my life, because apparently he actually really likes Buster Olney, and came out and cooked him in the most respectful way possible. And I'm like, oh my God, that's almost like worse that he did it this way.
Shout out to John Boy media in general, because they're like the most likable dudes in the world, and they cover baseball in such a way that it needs to be covered in 2025. And I think they do such a good job of representing the game. And I really, really, really like if you follow the John Boy media page on YouTube, and they do this series called Ref Guess, where they go on the Baseball Reference page and they black out the player's name, and they just get 3 employees in the room and they just put the reference page up on there, and they have to guess the player, and every single fucking time there's one of them that guesses the player. It's unbelievable. Like, it could be Michael Kadire, or fucking Jonathan Scope, or like, you know, just the most random guys in the history of the world. And they just fucking do it. And I think they just do a great job. I think they employ ball knowers. And I'm a big fan of it.
Could you guys hear that when I played something a second ago?
No, your
Can you-
butt?
Hold on. Can you guys hear anything right now?
No.
I can hear you. Oh man.
Hold on. I'm
You guys
trying
like
to
dead air?
Yeah, this is great. This is great. Yeah.
Hey,
Glen Allen Hill. Sorry, Laura. I'm so sorry about the Glen Allen Hill thing.
You gotta remember.
She's
remember
reeling.
we lost power for what, 40 minutes?
Her name is Rio, and she dances on the sand.
God. We're morons. We're absolutely.
hold on. Hold on.
I think we do an immaculate grid and call it a day.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to get one thing.
If I traded it all, if I gave it all away for one thing. Is this Mexico? Okay.
That's Mexico.
I don't know. This is a
Mexico.
tough one.
Avocados from Mexico.
Randy, the randomness is captivating. I promise you that much. My father's drinking a Grand Marnier and a natural light over here, staring at us with a plate of brownies. in front of
Avocados
him.
from Mexico.
The Colombian coffee man.
Oh my goodness gracious! The
Hold on.
immaculate grid is immaculate. Here we go.
No, get that off the screen. I'm trying to play something here.
No,
I'm
we're
doing
immaculate
something.
right now. White Sox All Star.
I can't.
Jermaine Dye.
Yeah, we had to go to
Scotty Podsednik.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Alexi Ramirez. Alexi.
I like Scott Podsednik better.
Liam Hendricks. Closer.
Get back on to the stream yard.
Okay, stop sharing. You're no fun.
What do we have here?
I gotta show the John Boy breakdown. Give me a sec.
John Boy BS. Is that what he said? Buster Holney
Yeah,
is
cool.
upset with me. A breakdown. I love the title of the movie.
Let me know if you can hear this. Hold on. Can you hear it or no?
No.
No.
It's low.
Can you hear it?
I
Slow?
can hear it a little bit, but you got to turn it all the way up.
Okay, hold on. Let me change the sound real quick
Mhm.
to this.
I just got a trade offer. Jalen Waddle for J.K. Dobbins.
Let's talk.
Can you hear
about
this?
Buster Olney's Madden. Look at it.
Yes.
It started on September 5th. I was in Barbados winning a cricket match on a team full of Americans making history on the beautiful sands of paradise when I got a text that said, Buster's mad at you. He said, we call out some John Boy BS. And then the next day, day 2 of waiting for John Boy to own his crap. So it just kept going, and someone responded, got deleted, but he said, I don't know about that, but I do know he's dead wrong about this. So he's been coming at me for a while. We're up to day 11 of waiting for John Boy to be accountable. My good friend Joseph McFly said, this has got to stop. Joseph McFly was on the sands in Barbados. He was our coach, coaching us to a victory in cricket. And Buster responded,
Oh my
easy.
God! Read the
He
tweet.
can
You're
just
such
own
a
the fact
fucking
that
loser,
in this
Buster
case,
Olney.
he didn't know what he was talking about, and that suggesting the information was made up without actually talking to anyone was wrong. Accountability. So that's what's happening. Now, here's what happened, okay? There was a story about Aroldis Chapman that came out. Now, I was on the Yankees Reddit page. Someone posted this Nesson article where someone is retelling the story from Buster, MLB Insider. That's Buster. He's MLB Insider. Buster's been very nice to us. I like Buster a whole bunch. I still like Buster's work, and I like him as a guy, and he's been very kind to us over the years. He's upset with me. Now, I read this article, and basically this is the crux of it. Connor Wong is catching him, and for years, Aroldis Chapman's one of those guys who, when he's on the mound, the catcher is basically like, might as well just wave his hands, just throw your fastball, right? And he just throws it down the middle. Connor Wong is using PitchCom, and if you don't know what PitchCom is, it's a little device in their hat. The pitcher has a button on his knee. They press fastball, slider, and the pitcher hears it, okay? and he pushes the button that says inside fastball, and the light bulb goes off over Chapman's head, ding, ding, ding. And he tells Connor Wong and Jason Varitek, wow, I've never thought about spotting my fastball. I just threw it to home plate. But this is the first time, like verbally, he hears inside fastball or outside fastball, and it's a whole.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
That's what Chapman has done this year. After hearing those words,
Hey, Brooks, did you ever throw 106?
His whole perspective has changed. I read.
Have you ever thought about spotting your
wow,
fastball?
I've never thought about spotting my fastball. I just threw it to home plate, and I can't accept that. I don't think a major league pitcher who has played for 15, 17 years can go. I don't think a little league pitcher, I don't think a guy throwing wiffle balls in his backyard can play the game, pitch when he's trying to get batters out and not think, I'm going to throw a high fastball. I'm going to throw a low fastball. I'm going to throw an inside fastball. I'm going to throw this one up and in, that one lower. Like, I just don't think you can play the sport and not think about that. I don't think Aroldis Chapman, until this year, had never thought about spotting his fastball. I'm not saying he didn't say that. I'm not saying that this wasn't said, and I'm not saying that it's not being reported in good faith. That's what they heard. I actually didn't say anything about the report. This is what happened. I read that. I read that right before we interviewed Aaron Boone on Talking Yanks. And I was like, well, Chapman was on the Yanks for a while. And that's just a bizarre thing. It's just a bizarre thing to have out there. So I asked Booney all about it. There's an article that Aroldis Chapman is having such a good season this year because the concept of locating his fastball. Now, watch Booney's eyes after I tell him the concept.
If you are sleeping in a position like this, you are wrecking your body and your breathing. Chronic neck pain happens when your cervical spine is repeat.
Nice.
Concept of locating his fastball finally arrived. He said that Connor Wong, what? Thinking what? Connor Wong hit the pitch count button and said inside fastball. And it was the first time Chapman thought, oh, I should aim it and not just throw it down the middle. So I smile.
That's ridiculous.
I heard. And I am reporting exactly what I read in that article. Or maybe that article did me dirty, but they're quoting Buster. It's Nesson. And
he's literally saying
he said
to the camera,
I didn't get
like,
the context.
I did all the things that I was supposed to do, and Buster's still mad at me.
And not just throw it down the middle. And I feel like that's a prank of an update from a guy who's played baseball his whole life and he's never. So I used the word prank, and I think that was great. It was very offensive to Buster because he said I made it seem like he's so naive that he got pranked and he can't detect bullshit from players.
Just show me Booney's reaction, damn
I didn't
it.
say Buster's name when I said this. I just said there's an article out there. And I said it sounds like a prank of an update or a prank of a quote. I kind of meant like a goof. Like it sounds like, remember Charlie Morton went to the Astros and they're like, what makes you throwing so much harder? He was like, they just told me to throw harder. And the Yankees got Gio Urshela in 2019. He started hitting home runs. Like, they just told me to swing harder. It's like, that can't be a full story. But I appreciate you. I'm getting on you today and not go into the minutia of it all. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like a prank of an update, a goof of an update. Like, that can't be real. I understand Buster saying I'm calling him naive. I am cynical as it gets. And it can't be, it cannot be. So Boone talks for a while and kind of does word salad, nothing answer. And at the end, I say, come on, give me your thoughts. Never been told inside, outside on a fastball. Does that pass your sniff test?
Yeah, I think it's something that's just obviously Aroldis has had an amazing career. He's kept himself in such amazing shape that, which obviously is still manifesting itself in great stuff late in his career. I think it's kind of clicked for him. He's probably in a really good place, and you're seeing a guy that's got now a ton of experience and still physically has young man stuff that's in a really good rhythm and groove right now. And we've seen him in stretches like that, in a couple of the seasons, but his strike throwing has really allowed him to have the season he's having.
Do you think a pitcher could be a big league pitcher and never once have the thought, I should throw this fastball inside, outside?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
He's so
probably
right.
not.
He's 100% right.
Probably not. You probably not. You probably can't do that, right? So Buster, I guess, was really mad at me. I got sent a clip from a show.
Taylor Schwenk is working from ESPN.
So yeah, that's what Busteroni being a little. I mean, I can play the clip from the show that he's about to go through, and he's all pissed off and butthurt that he's like, oh, this guy's calling me out, and he doesn't think that I would know when somebody's goofing with me or
they
not.
They can go fight before homeroom, man. I mean, whatever. I mean, it's just this is stupid. It's stupid.
John Boy, I think John Boy is so clearly right, and Buster is so clearly wrong in this situation that it's like it's not even close. Like, what are we talking about right here?
No, I just think the way he eviscerated him so respectfully was hilarious.
he took all the facts and he put them into a post.
He was like, I'm sorry, but like this is what it was, and you sound ridiculous. And then you just called me out 11 straight days on Twitter being an asshole. Like, what are we doing?
Children. Then again,
I don't think it's not children. It's fucking Buster only. Like he wasn't gonna say anything until it got to day 11, and he was
Buster
like,
only is a fucking child. He's a loser.
He was like, I guess I gotta say something about this. Is basically what it came to.
Especially if you're an Oriole fan, you know this already that Buster Olney is kind of a loser. But I mean, look, it's just it just goes to show like you can't read these articles on Twitter and the Athletic and whatever and just read it as gospel and think that this is what it is. You need to seek different options when it comes to like when you follow sports. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm drunk.
Hey, you had to work.
I know. I'm well aware.
Yeah,
This is tough.
Let's make sure.
This is tough. Now we dance.
I just think you need to seek different outlets when you listen about sports. When you talk about sports, when you listen about sports, don't listen to one person because Buster Olney could say one thing and you could be a Buster Olney fan. And all of a sudden, you're reading an article like this and you're realizing, oh, shit, Buster Olney's a fucking idiot. Maybe I should be reading other people's shit. I think you just need to make sure who you pay attention to and make sure you're paying attention to multiple different outlets and not just one. Because if you get your sports takes just off of one guy and your guy is Buster Olney, then your sports takes are going to fucking suck, dude. That's just what I think. So I think with the way we cover just sports in general, I think a lot of people just listen to one guy, and I think you really need to expand your horizon. You need to listen to multiple different pizza.
I need to say pizza. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah,
I need to stop talking.
How much pizza?
I don't think I can talk anymore. I don't think I can podcast anymore. I wish the power went out right now.
Whose pizza are we talking about? Your pizza, my pizza, his pizza?
How much pizza do you want to listen to right now? Anyway, pull up that immaculate grid again.
Pull up the immaculate grid. I'm not messing with this.
Dude, I think we need to do an immaculate grid, and I think we need to call it a day. I am.
Whose pizza you talking about?
Not sober, drive sober, or get pulled over.
Luckily, you can walk to work today.
Share the immaculate grid. I work 1 minute away from here. Players who were born in Mexico is going to be a tough one.
Avocados from Mexico.
Avocados. You need to stop it now.
Bro, stop it.
So White Sox All-Star, Paul Konerko, Jermaine Dye, Mark Burley, Gavin Floyd,
Sam Cook,
Freddie Garcia.
Or is it Koech?
El Duque? El Duque works there, right?
Konerko?
Liam Hendricks, I said earlier.
Liam Hendricks is a good one.
Liam Hendricks
Burley?
No, like
Burley.
Burley for sure. Dwayne Wise is the guy who caught the.
He was an all-star.
Oh yeah.
Alexi Ramirez.
Alexi Ramirez is up there.
Alexi.
Let's go.
Scott Budzegnick. We said earlier.
Is he an all-star though?
Oh, what's his name that died this year? The closer. Why am I blanking on his name?
Is it?
J.K. Putz or Bobby Jenks, one of those.
Bobby Jenks.
Let's do Jenks. Let's do Bobby Jenks. Just out of like pure
respect for the All-Star or the pitch one game. Which one do we want to do?
What? I would say All-Star.
You want All-Star?
I think he's an all-star.
Bobby Jenks. I need to bring the laptop closer to me.
Jesus.
Bobby Jenks, 2%.
Bring it closer to you.
This is just going to be so hard.
Mexico's tough.
Cubs All-Star.
Miguel
Carlos Marmol comes to mind as a guy that may be like a not guest guy. He was their closer for a few years. He definitely made an All-Star team.
Do that one. Do Carlos Marmol.
Pedro Strop could be maybe on there.
I don't know if he was an all-star with them.
Made an all-star team. Derek Lee is definitely on there. Ramos Ramirez is definitely on there. Moises Alou, Sammy Sosa.
Juan Pierre.
Zambrano. Corey Patterson might have made an all-star team as a Cub. I'm not sure.
That's tasty.
I'm not sure. He played in the major leagues. This is the whole category. He played in the major leagues. This is just any guy who played for the Cubs. Literally anybody who ever played for the Cubs. Fergie Jenkins. This sucks. This whole category.
No, Miguel Gonzalez.
Miguel Gonzalez played for the Cubs or the Sox?
No, He's Mexican.
Which team?
He
pitched a game. So we got here.
He played in the major league.
Are you sure he's 100%? You're 100% sure he's Mexican?
I'm like 95% sure.
Okay, we're not doing that.
Yes, no, I'm pretty sure.
I know Miguel Gonzalez. We called him Mike Gonzalez on the Orioles, but he's 2012 to 2018 Miguel Gonzalez. We think he's Mexican.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive.
Look
at that. I love that. 0.7. There we go. I'm gonna do Kosuke Fukudome for this.
Okay. I'm down with that.
It looks like John Human, doesn't it?
It does.
Good Lord.
Oh, John, I'm sorry. I know we're gonna get purported as racist for that, but it's okay. He actually does look like John Human.
Do Pedro Strop for this one. No one will do.
Pedro Strop.
Yeah.
One game for the Cubs.
Pedro Strop.
Do Miguel Gonzalez.
1-8. Oh, look at his hat. His hat is tilted even in the picture.
Cubs All-Star. The White Sox. Someone.
I'm picking Nick Madrigal for played in the major leagues for the.
Okay. Steve Lombardozzi.
He was a teammate of Adley Rutschman at Oregon State.
Right now we're crushing.
Nick Madrigal. Bobby Jenks was our worst pick so far.
Sorry about it.
Would have been good.
Pitched one game for the Sox.
Pitched one game.
Do you guys remember anybody recently that got into a game as a position player?
No, not really. I'm trying to think of a pitcher that just like nobody's gonna think of. Obviously, Crochet and Sale; those are gonna be like the top guys. Burley's gonna be a top guy. Gavin Sheets, I think, would be a pretty good answer here.
He's pretty recent though.
Freddie Garcia.
Ken Griffey Jr. He didn't pitch though.
Junior did play for the White Sox, but he didn't pitch. Cubs All-Star.
I don't think Nomar ever made it.
No, you're right though. He played for them. I have trouble with who's Mexican and who's Dominican.
Venezuelan, yeah.
I have really big trouble with that. So the Mexican thing is going to be hard.
Oh, Addison Russell from Randy.
Oh, I like that.
Okay, where's he at? All-Star?
Yeah,
I like that too. He's Mexican?
I don't know.
About to find out.
2%, baby. Let's go.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Mexican and played in the majors.
We're gonna have to think about that for a little bit.
Yeah. Mexican All-Star. Sox pitched one game. Just a white sock who pitched a game. James Shields.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think Gavin Floyd's a pretty good answer. I don't think people know Gavin Floyd.
Gavin Floyd. Yeah, let's do Gavin Floyd. Let's give the
Gavin Floyd. Yeah, he's
the hometown boy.
Yeah, but he
No, he didn't. He was a pitcher.
Hmm.
Gavin Floyd, 0.6. I like it. Played in the major leagues and is Mexican.
Oh boy. Because the only reason I remembered Miguel Gonzalez is because they made a big deal about like him being from Mexico. Like there's not a ton.
So would Juan Gonzalez be?
I don't know. He could be from Puerto Rico. I literally have no idea.
Try to think about the World Baseball Classic. Do you guys remember any of the Mexican team from the World Baseball Classic? Was Melky Cabrera on that team?
That's exactly where I've been trying to go, and I don't know.
Is that Melky Cabrera?
Ooh. He's a White Sox.
Well, it doesn't matter.
We don't even worry about that. Played in the major leagues and he is Mexican. This is going to be the hardest one.
I feel like he was on the Mexican team. I don't know.
Milkman? He got popped for POD or PEDs.
A couple times. Who
Switch
else? Omar Vizquel is Venezuelan.
You guys remember when the power went out?
That was a couple days ago, right?
Oh my god, dude!
You're gonna be a piece.
I'm gonna be a piece of garbage at the work.
Tippy Martinez, is he Mexican?
Ooh.
Dennis Martinez? I don't know if he is actually.
I feel like he is. I feel like he's one of the ones I hear all the time about Mexican like pitchers.
All right, let's do it. Do Tippy Martinez.
I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like it's him.
You're doing Dennis Martinez.
That's Tippy Martinez.
Is that Tippy Martinez? Okay.
Yeah. Same guy. Nope, he's dead.
Oh.
R.I.P. R.I.P. The dream is dead.
Damn. This would have been the best one, too.
Mexican catcher. No, it doesn't have to be a catcher. Just an all-star. I'm thinking of catchers because they're like very weird. Mexican catcher. Pudge is Puerto Rican or Dominican.
Doesn't matter.
He's Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican.
Mexican.
Jesus.
Mexican catcher. Chirinos? No.
Robinson Chirinos?
I don't know if he's Mexican. Wellington Castillo? Don't know if he's Mexican.
We're not going to know any of them.
I mean, it's just going to be a guess, right?
I like Wellington Castillo.
Wellington Castillo, Beef Castillo.
Castillo is not.
I like sticking with
He doesn't even exist.
I like sticking with the Gonzaleses.
Yeah, try Juan. I don't think that's right, but I think try it.
Nah, we died. Who I wonder is the number one answer for all of these? Can we?
Yep.
Sound like well, okay.
My roommate is literally dead.
Why is it not working?
I don't know.
Today's results. Go to today's results.
There's no like.
Just say no thanks. No thanks. Maybe later.
Oh, there we go. Fernando Valenzuela was the number one for all of the middle.
Well, go down and click on
Joe Jackson. 3% played in the major leagues for the White Sox.
Go down. Holy shit.
Yeah.
No, go back to I want to go click into the Mexican one. I want to see who else was Mexican.
Hello. How are you? I saw you completely naked today. Brooks, we got to get out of here. I love you.
I want to see who are the other Mexican players. Click into that. Go to the summary.
Oh man.
Keep going down. Yeah.
It's only 16.
Let's try the All Stars. Yeah.
Oh, Alejandro Kirk.
Oh, I can't see it.
You can't see. Oh shit! Because I transferred to another page. That's why. Joaquim Soria, Roberto Osuna, Marco Estrada, Giovanni Gallardo. That's a good one. Andres Munoz. Yeah, I mean, Esteban Loaiza.
Vinny Castilla.
Didn't know
Vinny
that.
Castilla.
Esteban Loaiza. Oh my god, he was good.
Yeah, a couple of those. I would have never guessed. All right, you guys want to do a shot before we go?
I don't know. That's up to Brian. He's in the bathroom. He's in. He's in. We'll do a shot. Tony Pops, you want to do one or you good?
Yeah, why not? What the hell?
Fuck it. Let's go.
Do it live. Fuck it. Can't read it. There's no words on it.
Brooks, who's your favorite NFL player that you never talked about on the podcast?
I can't hear you.
I'm sorry. It's because I'm on the other side of the microphone. Did you know that? Who is your favorite NFL player that we have not talked about on the podcast?
Ever?
Yeah.
Oh, ever.
Asante Samuel comes to mind. Not Junior, apparently, because he's a free agent and nobody wants him.
Brian Dawkins.
Brian Dawkins is awesome. Have we not talked about him on the podcast? Probably not.
Not that I can think of.
Champ Bailey.
Andre Johnson.
I love Champ Bailey. Andre Johnson doesn't get enough love. Reggie Wayne. We probably talked about him, actually.
Clinton Portis.
Who was traded for Champ Bailey.
Yeah.
One of probably the stupidest trades in the history of the NFL.
Ty Law.
Ooh. Revis Island.
Rod Woodson.
Cam Chancellor. Oh my god, that guy used to lay the wood on people. This is just dudes naming guys. Who was your go-to player in NBA Live 03? That left shrimp is not an answer.
That left shrimp was not there. 03 was probably like
Jason Kidd, I think was on it.
Steve Francis.
Oh, that's a good one.
Tracy McGrady.
Yeah. I think he's up there. Paul Pierce is probably in there. Iverson's probably in there. I don't know if Iverson's on the Nuggets or the Sixers at that point.
He's still on the Sixers then, I think.
Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki, Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen.
Peja Stojakovic.
So many good. Michael Redd. Oh, Michael Redd was sick.
Peja Stojakovic.
Peja Stojakovic is a great one. Samuel Dallenberg. Elton Brand. Dikembe Mutombo. Just naming guys. Katino Mobley.
Zerbiak. Wally Zerbiak.
Wally Zerbiak just got a mention on the pod.
Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton.
Great hair. Wally Zerbiak. Whew.
Cheers. 03 winner was the Spurs, I believe. 04 was the Rip Hamiltons. And then 05. What was it? Cheers.
I think we're gonna have a Lions. I think we're gonna have a Lions fan on Thursday. I'm pressuring him to come on.
05 was the Spurs again. And then 06 was Dwayne Wade and Shaq in Miami. And then 07, I think, might have been the Spurs again.
Then 08 was the Celtics. Was the Shaq on the Celtics for
Shaq was on the Celtics, but not he was not good on
the Big Shamrock. Yeah, the Big Shamrock. Yeah.
He also played for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
Boys,
right.
I got work I gotta do. Love you.
Okay. See you, boys.
Have fun.
Sorry for